Oh, hey, didn't see you there. This episode is brought to you by DJ Keepo. DJ Keepo handles all things like weddings, quinceañeras, anniversaries, and graduations. He's good at what he does, keeps the party going, and hit him up on IG, TikTok at DJ Keepo 806. Once again, that's DJ Keepo 806. Oh, it's you again. This episode is brought to you by Patriot Paint and Construction. They specialize in commercial and residential. They also specialize in drywall and paint. No job is too big or too small for them. Hit them up at 806 544 7199.
Chill out.
Hey, dude, what do you think about your Yankees?
Yeah, they're dropping the ball right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna be all right.
Man, you can't be dropping the ball any worse than our fucking Rangers, bro.
Hey, they beat the Astros, so it's
Yeah, that was our Super Bowl.
That's funny, man.
that first game. All the Astros fans were posting on Facebook, "Oh, they won and shit." And now they're quiet since we won the series.
That's funny.
what I like and hate, I guess. So like, there's millions of people still without power in Houston, but fucking
Yeah, the stadium.
the stadium's lit
Dude,
the
that's
fuck
terrible,
up.
right? That's a sad situation over there, man.
It is, man, but I mean, you know that hurricane season, you're gonna get fucked.
Yep.
Like, how the fuck is your power company not situated enough for it?
They're taking all our money over here.
Babe, can you turn that chair? So, anyways, I wanted to ask y'all just really and truly what y'all thought of Coach McGuire.
Man, I can't really. To me, the talent seems to be there, right? I think he's great motivator. I think he's great with the kids, but trying to. Man, it's just so hard with kids nowadays
I think he's a
too, though.
fucking used car salesman.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
He's
JP,
a
I sat at a banquet on accident, when he first came. And it was one of the alumni association type deals. And so he comes in there and he sells himself, man. He sells the program and he sells his players. Monty, I don't know if he's a player's guy, man.
No,
I think some of those guys see through
the
some
bullshit,
of that bullshit, right?
Car salesman
And
stuff.
man, like last year when he hyped up his team better than the 2000 whatever it was the year before.
Yeah. Dude, he hyped the fan base up.
Man,
those-
hey,
those
this is
ready to
better.
knock
videos,
shit
boy.
out.
Yeah, this is better than we've got. And then we go to games and we get our fucking ass kicked. Man, I don't know.
I think he's a used car salesman. I think you put him on TV and the motherfucker can shuck and jive.
Well, he can
But-
talk, yeah, for sure.
But this offensive coordinator throws a wide receiver screen like 90% of the time.
Oh, my
Why is he
God,
not
dude.
fired, bro? Like,
Dude, I didn't understand our offensive scheme last year. I was like, what are we doing, man? It was nuts.
like we could have beat Oregon. As good as they were, we could have beat them. That first game with Wyoming, when we were murdering them,
Yes,
and then
and they came
I was
back.
like, oh, okay. I think he's a horrible coach. I really do.
I do
But
too, man.
I don't know if another 6-6 season is.
Oh, no, I think this is do or die.
What I see happening this season is another 6-6, but then we beat Colorado. So then let's hold the home.
We
It's so
beat
crazy,
Deion.
right?
Yeah.
Deion
7 and
gave him
5,
praise,
he'll
so,
buy
right,
another year.
in that media
Yeah.
day.
yeah,
What?
They're both.
they're just he was just playing with
Yeah.
his balls, dude. That's all it was. When he was like my older son that you never heard of, like
Yeah.
you never heard of his older son playing football.
Because that's what he said. He coached his son. McGuire did.
Oh,
back,
okay.
I guess in high school.
Deion's son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was
Oh.
kind of giving him praise. That's why I was telling him. I said, but I don't know, man.
They say he's a great recruiter, and it kind of makes sense now because with his mouthpiece, I mean, he can sell you whatever. And if you're a young kid and you're hearing all this and that, man, you're like, yeah, man, I want to go there. So he probably is a great recruiter.
We need
but
Daniel Olinar to recruit.
Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready.
Hey, all serious aside, though, he's got connections to
Oh,
Texas
Texas. Yep.
high school football, and I think that's what sold the administration, Hokut, and all that on hiring him.
What do y'all
You know.
think about the NIL though?
Oh my God, that's a clusterfuck.
That's
right
what
there,
sucks
dude.
with all the transfers.
Because I think it's
you know?
so new that it's a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
But I also think that it's fair.
No, no,
Like,
I
because
agree with
look
it.
at all the money we made on the name Michael Crabtree.
Oh, for sure.
And then I couldn't even buy him a meal because then his scholarship would get
It'd
taken.
get taken away, yeah.
And I'm like, all
Oh,
this
shit.
money we
Lou, what are you
fucking-
doing?
I didn't do nothing.
Sauce.
That just fell.
The curandera.
Don't ever say Michael Crabtree in Israel.
Assassin.
Don't ever talk
It's
about
an
him.
assassin.
And
Oh, gee, it was an assassin.
Missed the shot.
And I get it. I know they were back then getting paid under the table. I get it. But
Right.
it wasn't like the money that they're making now.
Oh, no, for sure.
Like this whole Aaliyah Chavez chick.
Uh,
Saw
I
her on
really,
ESPN.
truly believe whoever gives her like $5 million is where she's going.
Oh, for sure. And I think it's Texas. Personally,
You
I
think
think
Texas?
I think
it's LSU.
LSU. That's where I think
LSU?
she's
Oh, okay.
at.
She was playing on ESPNU.
that's
last night.
nuts, man.
Yeah.
I saw the
crazy.
tech coach was there watching her when they lost to some. I think it was Chicago.
And she's
team
just
like
playing with her balls too.
Dude,
Oh, for
Keeping
sure.
Tech in the mix. She
Yeah.
knows damn well she ain't
She
going
ain't
to
going
Tech.
to
She's just
Hell
trying to
no.
keep everybody here.
So what's
in
your
town.
opinion? If you had any input on any advice to her, would you give her advice to go to Tech?
No.
No.
I love Tech and I would love to see her at Tech, but I would give her advice to be for herself. Wherever you can promote yourself the best. I don't even know women's basketball. I don't know if the SEC is worth the shit in women's basketball.
Yeah, you got me on that.
Didn't UConn win it like
Forever.
20 years in a row?
Forever.
Now South
would-
Carolina is the one that's been kicking everybody's ass.
Yeah.
So I would say, hey, go to UConn or South Carolina.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, you're gonna make way more money in college than you do in the WNBA.
Yeah.
Like, what's the chick?
Caitlin Clark.
Clark.
Didn't I don't know if this is true, but didn't Ice Cube offer like $5 million
$5 million.
to play for the Big Three or something?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Dang.
she turned it down to make $87,000 to go to the WNBA.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Make your money now.
Exactly.
But if she plays a man, I don't think she'd be able to do what she was doing. You know what I'm saying?
But still, $5 million in the
yeah,
bank.
yeah.
Guaranteed. Ice Cube still has that?
I didn't even know that until
Man,
this whole
that's
Caitlin
crazy.
Clark shit was going on.
I didn't know that.
But I don't even understand the WNBA either. Like, you were trying your best to like have eyes watch you, and now that the eyes are there, you're fighting. You're like, oh, it's not all her, it's me too, or it's us too. Who gives a shit, man?
You
People
figured
are
that they would,
watching.
yeah. You figured that they would all.
We just had this argument with me and Paul and Eric, and they were saying how it's a race thing because she's a white girl. I said it's not race. I think it's because she's a straight lady. Because all these
okay.
all these team, you hear like a teammate is dating another teammate,
Yep,
Yeah.
and then they hate each other, and that's how the team went to shit because
They were dating.
they're all dating each other, they're all
Yeah.
fucking each other,
Yeah.
and then now she's the straight girl in this league that's predominantly gay, so they're like, fuck her.
That's known in the softball teams.
That's what I think.
Yeah. No, it kind of makes sense, man. That's crazy.
So y'all are deep into baseball, and y'all have daughters.
Yep.
Is softball really gay for real?
My daughter did. She played 2 years of softball. I don't know. I can't answer that.
I'd never put my daughter
I always
in it.
heard that. Like,
Man, from what we saw in like women's leagues and stuff like that, I mean, it seems like it, but
I had a coworker whose daughter went on recruiting trips, and he told me that he would tell her, if this school is like predominantly gay, you're not going there.
Ah, okay.
And I was like, is softball really gay? Like all gay?
Man, I can't. Just looking at some of the teams from last year, like Bobby's daughter played, and I mean, it didn't seem like they were all.
not that team.
Nah, man,
But
it didn't seem like it.
You get a couple you see, you're like, oh yeah. But the studs.
Yeah,
The home run
that's
hitters.
right.
The home run hitters.
I don't want to bring up old shit. We went to some softball parties for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And there was maybe one or two
yeah,
for sure
yeah.
that were open.
Yep.
So
And there's some that probably were, and now they're married to men. So
Yeah, type of deal. Yeah. Like, what are you?
just testing the water.
Yeah, exactly.
So okay, so you have daughters, and she goes on into whatever sport collegiately. Is that a concern?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, right? I mean, even
Yeah.
even let's just even say my sons, right? I mean, and I'm not saying, but you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's always a concern. You don't want,
But just more so for
but
women's
for
sports.
more so for women's
Yeah.
sports, unfortunately, from what I see, I mean, but
I guess you just got to tell the kids about it. You know what I'm saying? Cause
Yeah.
so they ain't just boom, they get surprised.
Well,
you
they
know?
get hammered every day in school about
Yeah.
it, and it confuses them, in my opinion.
very much.
I had a family member who was in the 6th grade tell me that they were gay. And I'm like, you're not gay. You're just confused. Like, school confuses the fuck out of you.
Yeah, I know, man. It's unfortunate.
And, like, you don't even know what gay is in 6th grade.
It's sad. It's sad, man.
Yeah. That's my opinion. That's my thought on it.
Yeah.
But whatever. But anyways, man, let's start the show.
All right, let's get it.
John Area. Media.
We'll take another shot.
Okay. Here we go.
All you ladies, pull your chi-chis out. This is the JP Lopez Show. Also, if you're a transgender, pull your pecker out. This is the JP Lopez Show.
What is up? Thank you for tuning back into the JP Lopez Show. We fucking did it, man. We fucking did it. We got Boke on the show.
Oh shit!
Far. Let me find this.
Yes, sir, man.
Thank you guys for having me here. It's an honor.
I
man, for real.
said, Boke, you available? And he's like, yeah, it only took you 300 episodes.
Yeah. Already
Chingo.
hit you with the jab.
I thought he was gonna hit me with an anniversary, like a special surprise. Surprise everybody.
I said, are you available or not, fucker?
No, man, I really enjoy listening to your show, JP, and man, so it just hearing different takes, man. It really touches home sometimes, man. And I reach out to you and let you know,
Yeah, you
man.
do,
like,
man.
man,
And I
I
appreciate
need
you for
that.
that, bro.
I needed that. I just need to hear that. And it's just weird, man, how life is, right? Because you get stuck sometimes in a little ball, and you're just like, balls to the wall, man, and you just feel like you got everything figured out. But man, when you hear your really good friends talk about things, man, in different perspectives, man, it opens up your eyes, like, man, maybe I don't have all shit figured out,
But what also, like hammers it home for me is, like, the shit that I think I'm going through by myself. And then someone spews out some shit that it's exactly what I'm going through, and I'm like, fuck, I'm not in this alone.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
It's
I really think that this is a therapeutic men's group.
Right.
That's how I treat it as, and I really take pride into, like, sending y'all topics and giving y'all days to think about this shit, because I don't want to come in here and shoot, off the hip, and then it gets boring because we didn't put no thought into.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No,
I mean,
it's-
I get it. It's fun as shit to come in here with my friends and, like, shoot the shit and, rag on people. But that'll get old eventually.
Yeah,
Like, there's
no,
no
for
meaning to that. So, like, I think y'all guys, I mean, without a support system like y'all, man, like, I wouldn't be shit. You know what I mean? And thank y'all, for real.
Oh, yeah,
And,
man.
and thank you for fucking texting me, like,
Yeah, man,
hey,
for
man,
sure.
that was some good shit.
Yeah.
Because that really makes it worth everything.
Heck yeah, man.
And you
Sure.
text me when I'm on the beach, like, no lie, and I texted you.
Oh, okay,
Like,
that's
man,
cool.
I'm worried today. I kind of, like, was reserved into enjoying myself on that vacation.
okay.
Because I didn't know how that
People were gonna
podcast
take
was
it.
going to be
Yeah.
received. And you were like, that was some fire shit.
It
And I
was,
like,
dude. It really was.
whew, like,
Yeah,
it
no,
kind
it
of
was
helped
good,
me
man.
relieve, like, okay, cool.
It was
Like,
good, man. I know, some of your repetitive guests, man, they're pretty good, man. Thomas and
dude, San Juan's got
Paul,
I
yep,
think,
San Juan,
I think
yep,
he
they
can
got
be
some
on
great
here
knowledge,
every
man.
episode and
Yeah.
tell a new story, and I'm just, like, mind blown. Like, God damn, this
He got
fool's
some
been
good
through
stories.
a lot of shit. Like, fuck. And then he's got that story where his family member was held ransom for his jerk off video for $50.
Dude, that's
I did confirm that the person that held his video for ransom did send it to all, like, his dad,
Are you
his
serious?
sisters. Yeah, like they all received the video, and they were like, "What the fuck is this for $50, bro?"
Fucking Drake. Nah.
Oh, fuck. That's too funny, man.
Damn, dude, I would hustle my ass for that $50.
Hell yeah.
I'd figure a way.
But they still would have sent that shit. That's what's
You
up.
think?
I think so too, man.
I think so too, but
It's just like the Kim Kardashian video. It's
Yeah.
Same shit.
Yep. That's what.
I've never seen it, but yeah.
Yeah, I never seen it. That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Hey, JP, I want to just kind of interrupt you guys. It's an honor to be here.
oh yeah, dude. Thank you, man. Thank you for coming.
So I'll just put it like this. When I listen to you guys, and not only you, Eric, Ramos, Garza, everything's genuine, right? It's real. It's you guys. And that's what's so good about it. Like when you listen to it, you feel it. It's genuine. You know it's real, man. And for you to ask me to come on here, man, it's an honor, man. So
Yeah, I feel bad that it took this long to get you on for real because I'm just gonna say it, bro. Like we were tight with a lot of people that were in our circle, but you and I were never like as thick as I was with everyone.
Right,
I mean,
right.
we were really fucking cool, and I knew that I still wanted you on. It's just I didn't know what topics to bring you on
Right.
on a certain episode.
And and I'm more like a reserved. So
Yes.
Yeah.
So like I don't. It's hard for me to come on here and tell you my stories. Like man, for me to hear like San Juan open up, Rios, Thomas Rios, Sugar Bear, and those guys that come on here and they're great. Man, I'm totally opposite. I keep to myself. I really don't want to let nobody know what I'm doing or how I'm feeling. But that's some of the old school me, the way I was
Right.
raised.
Yep, exactly.
We don't let nobody know how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
We keep reserved. Nobody needs to know my business.
Mm-hmm.
Do you-
And that's old school shit.
right
that I
now
have
in
to
your
deal with.
life, right now in your life today, do you think that's hurting you or helping you?
It's hurt me in the past for sure, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's hurt me with my life, my some of the things that as I gotten older, a little wiser. Man, maybe I should have let my guard down. Maybe I should have been a little bit more open. And I'm talking about like to my kids,
That's what I was
to my
gonna ask.
wife.
Yeah.
Because man, and I'm still that way. I still have that where
Guard up.
man, chill out. Like you need to open up. You need to let it out, or you need to do this. You need to do that. But that's some of the
Growing
old
up,
mentality.
I know
mentality.
how hard your dad was on you, right?
So I have a stepdad, right?
That's what I'm saying. I
So
know,
my mother and them, they were hard on me. But man, I had a good life.
No, I'm not saying
yeah.
it was a bad life.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is, did you carry that, what you knew as a dad, did you carry that to your older son?
I
your
did,
oldest?
man, and I regret it.
You
Yeah,
do?
Yeah.
Well, see, I did that because my dad was hard on me, and I
Right,
did
right,
that.
right.
It's what I knew.
Yeah.
But I don't regret it because the world is shit, dude.
Yeah,
The world is
yeah.
fucking shit. And I made him understand I was making you go through shit because you're about to go through shit on your own.
Oh yeah, real world. slaps
That's
you
how
in the
I
face.
feel.
Yeah, and I'm glad you're saying that because it gives me a different perspective. Justice, I grew up as a kid, growing a kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, man, I was learning as he was learning, right?
Yeah.
Like that's just the reality of it. And so, I say I regret it, but man, we grew up together. Like we figured it out together, and I put him through shit, and then I felt the aftermath of it, right? And so that right there, it helped me grow. My kids are years apart, right? So my oldest and my youngest are almost 10 years apart.
Yeah.
So the way I handle my youngest now is way different than I handled him. So
But it doesn't help that she's a female.
no. So my
got
daughter's
your
right in the
youngest
middle of it, right?
Oh, I
So,
thought your youngest was a girl.
So Luke's 14.
Damn, I fucked up. Okay.
And then my oldest is
Okay.
is 23, right? So they're the big gap, and Faith's right in the middle. And so, and she's right in the middle of both sides of that.
Okay,
And,
so your youngest now, you're kind of doing what San Juan is doing, like being the nurturer rather than the hard ass
Hard
that you were
ass.
when you're oldest.
I guess you learn from your mistakes, right?
Yeah.
And then it's something that you're working
yeah,
on now.
and you said it. I don't know if it's mistakes, it's just growing pains and figuring things out. And, you know, it's just like anything else, man.
Yeah,
You kind of figure out what works and what doesn't, and you keep doing what works, and then you get rid of what doesn't, right? And there's just like, you know, man, there's no fucking handbook on it, right? Everybody says that.
No.
So just trying to figure shit out and doing it the best way you can and giving them the best chance that they can at life and everything else they have to deal with coming their way, right? So
How do you differentiate, like do the difference between a boy and a girl with your twins that are the same age?
Adriana always says that I'm nicer to Lauren than I am Lucas.
Does she?
And
But you
it's
that's a
just
daddy's
it's like
girl.
what you say, you know, you're harder on your son because, you know, you want to
Toughen him up.
toughen them up,
Yeah.
give him that tough love.
Yeah.
And now, like, I'm kind of like not so much of a hard ass on them, you know what I'm saying? Because I tell them I love them, you know.
That's good.
Growing up, my dad never told me that.
No, I never got that either. No, not from my dad. My mom, but not my dad.
Yeah. So
I grew up thinking my dad hated me.
Yeah, I know. I hear
Yeah.
you say that. Yeah.
I mean, but it didn't. It was because he was. That's how he knew. That's how
Right.
his dad was.
Right.
So, I don't regret being what. That's how I know. That's what I know. That's all I knew for my son because, dude, this dude is. With an exception of this fucking summer, bro, he's wearing my fucking ass out this summer. But, bro, he's never home. He's at work, at school, and at the gym.
That's awesome.
But this summer he's got a girlfriend and
okay.
you know what I mean? I get it. I was there.
Yeah.
So it's new to life to add the girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
but if he don't get it fucking back to what it was, man, I'm gonna be right there in his fucking ass. You know what I mean?
reminding them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I asked this question to you, like, did you change your parenting skills on any of your
Oh,
kids?
definitely, man. And I feel like my parents, my in-laws, even my wife Tammy, she would attest to that because you know, my firstborn Diego, boy, I was hard on him. I was a dog, you
Yeah.
know, and I definitely learned, and you know, like David said, man, you know, it's a learning thing, man, and I learned what worked and didn't work, and you know what I'm saying, you just got to tweak it out, man, just to see, man, maybe that wasn't the right call.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest with you, man, I was so hard on my son Diego, man, that I made him quit baseball,
Oh shit.
That's
and it was tough. It was a tough pill to swallow, man. You know, I ate, slept, dreamt baseball, you know, and to say I lived through him, man, I can't say that. I just knew that I knew what it took to be successful, and if he was going to do that and he wanted to do that, man, we were going to be all in, and my in-laws and you know, my wife and even my parents, you know, and it's crazy because my dad was the hardest
Your
guy.
dad parented us.
Dude, yes, dude. My dad was
blacktop.
the hardest goddamn, you know, he was so tough on me, man. And you know, he showed me the ropes, right?
Yeah.
And people would, you know, when they talk about my dad, they're like, dude, I remember your dad. Your dad was hard on you, man. You know, and, you know, it made me the man that I was, right? And some people can take it different, man. You know, some can take that as like, you know, he hates me. Or, you know, some can see it as, oh, man, he loves me, or, you know, whatever the case may be, you know. But anyways, talking about Diego, man, you know, I was hard on him, man, and to the point where he told me one day, he's like, man, I don't want to play anymore, you know. And it hurt, and it made me take a step back. Because I'm not going to lie to you, I was full blast. I was full blast into it. I was head into it. I was like, man, we're going to do this, right? And
no half-assing.
no half-assing it, man. That's my big deal, man. And once he said, I'm gonna take a step back on it, man, it hurt. It made me realize, hey, man, maybe I am doing a little too much, you know. He started playing golf, you know, and he actually was really successful at that. But then, funny stories, he like got in his junior PGA tour or whatever, and he gets to have a caddy, right? So he walks. He had to walk it. Well, you got a push cart. So I was his caddy because we don't know anybody else. And believe me, I didn't know a damn thing about golf. I still don't. I still don't.
Still talking shit.
Oh, dude. Hey, so you have all these, it was a lot of wealthy people, right? And so you had trainers and instructors that were instructing these guys, and there were their caddies. I mean, they're paid guys, right? And I would be Diego's caddy. Dude, I would get mad at him. And I'm telling you, I couldn't do it. I don't know why I couldn't never turn it off, but I'd be like, man, how did you miss that putt? And I would be like, man, push your own cart. And he'd be the only kid. He'd be the only kid pushing his own cart. Yeah, pushing his own cart, carrying his own clubs. And everyone else is looking at me, and I'm all mad, man. Oh, man, it was.
You should have stuck to baseball, bitch.
Oh,
It was all on purpose to bring him back to baseball.
It was all a plan. It was all a plan. No, but he actually did well. And then eventually, he came back to baseball slowly. And like I said, when he came back, I learned, you know. But don't get me wrong. I didn't, it wasn't like, oh, yeah, just, it wasn't nothing like that. It was full blast.
I mean,
again,
it's like David said, there is no handbook on it.
There isn't.
And I go back and forth with my faith, and I've accepted it now. Like, I really wanted a kid of my own, but, that wasn't my plan. So when I accepted it, I was like, and we fought. Me and the wife fought a lot, because I'm like, you want my help to raise this kid, but then you get mad on how I discipline him.
Tough, dude.
So I'm like, you can either I'm all in or all out.
All out, exactly.
And she was like, I get it. No more of that. I get it. And when I had free range on him, dude, he was the laziest fucking kid that I've ever dealt with in my life. But he was naturally lazy, and I coached the shit out of that kid to just drop the laziness.
Yeah.
And when he
That's badass.
finally fucking stopped being lazy is when I was like, because I knew it was in him. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And when he dropped the laziness, our relationship got a whole lot better, because I would literally have tears in my eyes telling her, like, the only time I talk to this kid is when I'm getting in his ass.
Oh, it sucks. Yeah, I know.
And I
It
know
feels
he
like
hates
that.
me. I know he hates
I
me
know, it
because
feels
the
like that.
only time I talk to him is like, you didn't do this and you fucked up this, and you're like, I'm like, and it really hurt me, but I don't regret not one fucking thing.
No.
Can I interrupt you?
No, yeah.
What you did, in just from my experiences, what you've done to that kid is so valuable, and it's not just on a sports level. So there's a motor, there's an effort, there's an attitude, and these days kids don't have it.
Hell no.
So when you're hard on him and you got in his ass and you put that motor to a different level, you created somebody that's going to be a not only a great athlete or great player or whatever sport he played. He's going to be a great dad. He's going to be a great employee. He's going to be a great business owner. He's going to be a great all that. You know why? Because you fucking told him, like, we don't have time to be lazy. We don't have time to sit back and wait for somebody else to take your money, to take your shit. You just created somebody productive, and he's going to be productive in his life. And anybody that comes around him, he's going to take care of whoever he has to take care of because of what you've done. And that's what Monty did with Diego. I'll tell you this. I've been around the game and baseball and kids for a long time. Ain't nobody worked harder than Diego for the last 2 or 3 years. And I saw it firsthand, and I saw what they went through. And me and Monty been together for the last 10 years, and we probably saw each other for 5 to 6, 7 days a week for the last 10 years. What he did with Diego, and he's going to be hard on himself because that's what we do, right? But shit, what he created, that dude Diego and your son, and I don't even know your son, but just talking about him, those guys are going to be successful in life, and no matter what they do, and and they'll probably be business owners. They'll probably run a corporation, and they'll probably be successful at whatever they do, because you guys put that in them. And so I'm looking from here, and I'm going like, man. Dude, if you got any kind of toughness in you that you instilled in them, they're going to be successful. You know why? Because what we have in this world now, everybody's weak.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody weak. And so, man, so I know we learn and we're hard on ourselves, but man, what you did with those boys, man, it's invaluable. Like that's gold, man. That's gold.
Like I can make a T-shirt that says our family motto because he was so lazy. Is this family's not lazy. I constantly would tell him 20, 15, 10 times a day, this family's not lazy, man. And then when it clicked in him, when it fucking clicked, I get what you're saying, because a lot of kid, I'll just put it like this. You sent your boy out to do senior pictures with me.
Right.
Kids do that. I get that. I mean, parents do that. I get that.
Right.
It's hectic schedules. I get it. I've done that before. I've never dealt with a kid that was, where do you want me? Boom. Okay, boom, boom. Like, not a fucking idiot. Like, you know what I mean? The simplest shit. Just sit there. And like, you would be surprised on how, hey, just sit there. And it was
They're
like,
confused,
well,
yeah.
I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
No,
and
do.
I mean
get
that.
it.
I mean that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to be funny. Like,
No,
it's,
I get it.
dude, like, I get what you're saying. Like, this generation is fucking weird. It's soft. It's totally different from how we grew the fuck up.
Oh, totally.
Because your boy was like a breath of fresh air that was like old school kind of. Like, where you want me? How you want me to do? Okay, cool. This position, all right, cool. Then boom. It was like 20 minutes and we were fucking done.
Man, you did a
as
great
opposed to like
Badass
how I'm
pictures, too.
normal
Oh,
to
badass
like
pictures,
or
yeah.
accustomed to like
Yeah.
coaching the person that's just like,
Just a smile or whatever. No, I get it, dude. And I laugh because, you know, like David said, man, we've been together for so long, man. We've coached so long, and you know, we get different kids, man, and we coach different kids, and you could just tell, man, like there's certain kids that don't understand some things, and some kids that understand things, and I've told Coach David before many times, man, we're not for everybody, man, because and that goes back to kind of our old coach Jimmy Webster, man. He would say, man, I'm not for everybody, because, man, he's so old school, right? Like, man, it's either this way or, you know what I'm saying, or you know, you're doing it wrong, you know, and some people can't take that criticism, man, and it's sad. It's sad, but going back to my kids, man, raising my kids, I'm like, man, look, man, this life ain't going to give you anything. It's not going to give you a damn thing. It don't give a damn where you come
and
from.
no one's gonna care.
And no one's going to care. It don't matter where you're from. It don't matter who you are. It don't matter. Man, it don't matter a damn thing, man. You have to go get it. You know, and I taught my kids that, man, and I hope that, and I feel like sometimes it has, but, you know, but you still got, man, I still do it to this day. You know, I'm still on Diego's ass. You know, I'm still on Drake's ass. I'm still on even my daughter, man, who has my heart, man, big time. But I'm still, man, I'm like, man, I'm that tough love. I guess
No,
you
yeah.
call it, right? That tough love, man. But I'm about that, man, and I salute you, all you guys, because I see it. I mean,
That's who we are.
That's who we are, right?
That's our DNA. That's where we come from.
That's who we are.
And that's why, you know, we got, you know, JP, you say we were distant, but we come from the same
cloth, man.
man.
Yeah.
Like we, the reason we respect each other because we know what we're about. And the man, if you look at the big group that we, you know, that we're from, and that the family, you know, they're friends, but they're family.
Yep.
Man, every one of us, like, you know, I heard San Juan say it the other day. He's like, if I'm not fucking with you, if I don't fuck with you, I ain't fucking with you.
Yeah.
Because the only reason we do that, because you're one of us. Like,
Yeah.
that we're from the same people, and we're hard, and we're not for everybody. Like Coach Monty said, man, like, we're not for everybody, but, man, we're fucking real. Like, and that's just on the truth. Everybody that's with us is real.
yeah.
And
Yes.
that's my...
Give each other hell and fucking
Yep.
make
Have
fun
each
of
other's
other.
back to the
And
fullest.
then
man.
hold each other accountable, too. at
Yes,
that.
exactly.
So I'm gonna bring up something, and I'm sorry.
No, it's
But it was a certain video that y'all know what I'm talking about, right?
Nuh-uh. I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's just leave it like that, right?
Allegedly.
It's just
What
a certain,
porno? Which one? Which episode?
yeah.
Who'd they hold for ransom?
There was a certain porno video, right? Right?
Was it made on second?
But
Second in Detroit.
what sent a fucking smile to my face is exactly what he just said.
Right.
Was I saw in the video what I saw in the video is everybody watching each other's back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's always been like that. since
That's
we were younger.
but that's beautiful though, because in this day and age, everyone's trying to fuck each other.
Right.
Right? So it goes to what I say when you are who you're with. Your circle,
Oh, yeah.
if it ain't fucking tight, and like I said, bro, I hate to bring the video up, but it fucking really made me smile because I just saw everyone watching each other's fucking back.
Right.
still after so many years. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a lot of people talk shit about it, you know, but the people that talk shit about it don't actually know the whole story
No.
of what happened,
No.
you know? And fuck them.
And who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
a flying fuck.
That's
Like,
like
because I didn't lose no sleep over that
No,
shit.
me
I'm
either.
like, whatever.
Me either.
The next
Right.
day, whenever, you know, the video was online, everybody's like, did you read the comments? I started to, and I started to get mad. And I was like, you know what? I said, I'm not going to do it anymore because I'm just going to get mad and want to talk shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, exactly.
for what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I said, it's bullshit, but
People don't understand, man. When you have someone's back, man, you have someone's back. And it's like you said, that circle, right? That circle, man, if it doesn't matter. Whatever happens to them is going to happen to you. I mean, that's just the way it is.
You know
man.
what a circle means to me for real? Is if David gets onto Diego
Oh, yeah.
and like gets in his ass. You're
It's
not
hap-
gonna be
it's
like,
happened.
It's happened.
but you're not.
No, it's happened.
You're
And
not
I love
gonna be
it.
like, hey, what the fuck? Don't talk to my kid like that.
No.
You already know his
Never.
judgment. You already trust. Like,
I know where it's coming
You
from.
already fucking know this dude
Yes.
fucked up, and this is the reaction.
Yes.
from my kid fucking up.
No.
That's how I am. That's how I was fucking raised.
Yeah.
And now it's a culture of don't be talking to my kid like that.
Oh, it's
like,
so-
no, what the fuck,
so
man?
weak, man. I
JP, it's
know.
crazy you say that because,
the pussies get
man,
hurt.
Diego was in high school and he's, he'd come out and work with us. And I'm like, Diego, if you're going to come out here, and he'd be working with the younger boys, with Drake and Luke and the kids that we coach. I said, don't come out here and waste my time, Diego.
Yep.
You come out here and half-ass it, don't fucking come out here then. I fucking tell him like that.
Yeah.
Don't fucking come out here and set a bad example for these kids that are looking up to you. You're their role model.
Yep.
And then I turn around and Luke would fucking, when I'm not looking, he'd try to slack off. And Monty getting his ass, I look
Oh,
the other
same
way
thing,
and
yeah.
I'd say, "Get
Handle
his
that.
ass.
Handle
Get his
that.
ass."
Yeah.
Right?
But that-
Because he's an uncle, he's a brother,
Yes, dude.
he's family.
Yes.
And it'd be the same way with you. If you saw my boy fucking up,
Handle that.
check his ass.
Yeah, yeah.
Check his ass, and then let me know about it,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll fucking. I'll get on his. He'll get a second ass whooping.
But that's what made that
Exactly.
boy, he's good, man. He makes shit that hard plays look so fucking easy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dude, that dude is.
But it's
crazy.
real. It's true. Because,
And you're starting to see it with the younger ones.
But
Yeah.
that's
You know
what I'm saying is like you have no idea that these kids will put someone 2 years ahead of them on a pedestal.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I
for
mean?
Sure.
I told you this when you first came on the episode.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I looked up to you as a kid.
Yeah.
Because I thought you were badass in baseball, which is what I wanted to be. So you were my role model.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I wanted to be like you.
That's better.
You have no idea that Diego's probably is someone's role model.
Oh, for sure, man.
You know?
We've had that conversation.
Yeah, we've had
with
that
them.
conversation.
Like,
That's a
there's
good
somebody's-
kid right there, bro.
Somebody's looking at you. Somebody wants to be where you're at. Somebody's idolizing you. Man, when when that kid goes on ESPN, man, there was thousands of millions of people watching that.
Yeah.
Man, make sure you represent us right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
man.
So we had that conversation with them.
Yep.
And you're exactly right. And I'll tell you a quick story. I don't mean to interrupt you guys, but
dude, this is
so-
this is going great.
so I have a vision for Luke, which is my 14-year-old, and I want him to go a certain way, and this is how strong he idolizes. So he's 9 years younger than his brother, right? So when his brother was on the field at Friendship High School as a sophomore playing football and baseball, well, Luke was a kid, and he would put on his helmet whenever he wasn't looking, and he'd put on his jersey,
Oh, that's awesome.
and he wanted to wear the same colored shirt that he was wearing whenever he played. Luke used to wear the pants and the shirt the same color and the friendship cap when he went and played. He wanted
was
to
his
dress
idol.
up. That's his idol. That's his role model. So now I'm like, hey, you ever think about going to a different school? You know why he won't entertain that?
Cause brother.
His brother lived that, and that's all he wanted. That's all he wants to be. He wants to be
Dude, that's so badass.
through his brother. Like he wants to be his brother. Like he, and I'm not saying he wants to be like him. Or
No,
but
yeah.
was his. That's what he looked.
like
that's
his
what,
goal. Yeah.
man.
What's
that's
that,
what I
what's
want
that
to
called?
do.
Legacy, right?
Yeah.
He wants to relive that legacy.
And so it's hard for me to say, hey, if that's what your passion is, if that's what you love, then fucking I can't fuck with it, right?
No,
I can't
heck
do
no,
it.
you can't
right?
get in the way of that.
And,
Yeah.
and so then I'm like, man, because he didn't ever see me suit up. He didn't ever see me, right? He didn't ever see anybody else. He saw that's what he wanted. I've got pictures of him on the football field with his older brother, one of his last games, and there, he had his brother's helmet on.
Dude,
and,
that's so cool.
And you're going like,
God,
shit,
that's
man.
badass, dude.
And so I talk, and I'm saying, man, how do I fuck that up for him? Why should I fuck that up for him? Right? Because he wants to be on that field and he wants to
Wear that jersey, wear that helmet.
Yep, and so that's what's funny, and we'll get into this, I'm sure, here in a little bit, but he don't wear my number. You know whose brother? You know what number he wears?
His brothers.
Oh,
He
dude,
wears
that's
his brother's
so
number.
badass.
Yeah.
You know why? He won't admit it, but he loves and he admired him, man.
Dude,
he
that's
looks
so
up to him.
badass.
That was his, and he won't tell me that, but I think that's his role model.
Dude, that's so badass.
That's awesome, bro. And their relationship is real tight.
Yeah, they talk shit to each other, right? Because that's what
That's
if
what brothers do.
If I ain't fucking with, if I don't fuck with you, I ain't fucking with you, right?
Exactly.
Because his brother's hard on him, man.
Yeah.
His older,
Oh, yeah, Justin's hard on him. Yeah.
He fucking talks shit to him, and he fucking holds him because that's the way that's the way I was on him.
But
So-
I'll tell you this though too, David. That what you did to Justice obviously worked. It obviously worked, man, because he's passing that on down to Luke now.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, man, this actually works. Like, you may not like it, you may not believe it, you may not trust in it, but it actually works. Man, believe me. And I'm gonna do the same thing to you. And just and, sometimes we need to hear that, right? Like, because we feel like we do everything.
You just
wrong,
need assurance.
Right? Yeah, we need
Yeah.
assurance, man. We
Yeah.
feel like we're doing things wrong, man. But that's so cool, man. I'm glad to hear that, man. That's an
Yeah,
awesome.
so, and
thing.
I hadn't even opened that up
No,
to
I
you because
never heard that.
we're going
Yeah.
through some shit right
Right,
now,
right,
and
right, right,
transitions
right.
into different levels of
Yeah.
life, and I hadn't really said that, but that's where that comes from.
Man,
You
and,
know,
and it
and-
makes so
and-
much sense.
That's
David.
probably a lot of people because I know when I was at Dunbar, I ended up going to Monterey for a little while, but that's where my brother went to go play,
Ah, okay.
and
So
that's
you looked
why I
up to him.
kind of
Yeah.
that's why I went, but I didn't last there because I didn't know nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
So I was like, I'm going back to Estacado, so I left. I was there probably like a month or two, and then I burned off. I was like, fuck it. Yeah.
Dude, your personality, I couldn't see you being like, I don't know nobody, I'm going to go back.
Dude,
I
it's
know, that's crazy.
the only me and JJ were there, but it's just
Yeah.
majority of them people we didn't go to school with, so we're like, man, I don't.
Didn't know
What,
enough people.
Didn't Angelo Reyna go there too?
He went to Estacado.
No, I thought he went to Monterey first. Because his older brother went to Monterey.
Yeah, he did.
Right?
We played with him.
Yeah.
I played against him.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Yeah, I did.
Larry
'Cause I know-
played at
because
At
I
Monterey.
know Robert and them were at Monterey
his
too.
cousins.
That's
Yeah.
and
and I want to say he went there, and I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, but
Because
No, the older brother
Angelo
did.
was at Estacado when I was there.
he was a year older.
Yeah, he was a year older. Yeah,
Maybe he went,
yeah,
and then he was already there when you were there.
yeah.
So I'll ask this question. Is it easy or is it hard to not live through your kids through sports?
So for me, man, I can't say that I live through my kid. Man, I can't say that. I really can't, man.
So it was easy for you not to.
It's easy for me not to. I just know that growing up, like, it started from my pops, man. Like, across the street, taking ground ball after ground ball. I knew that hard work was going to pay off. And then eventually I graduated over to Jimmy Webster, right? And he was the exact same fucking way. And it was like never a transition to where, like, man, I don't even know, So I knew that hard work would pay off. So to say, I don't know if people could say that I lived through my kids, because, man, all I ever done was work hard, and I'm just passing that along. So I can't say that I live, my life through my kids. Man, there's no possibly way, man. There's no way.
Because
man.
you see it a lot.
Oh, you see
You
it.
see
You see it a lot.
You hear like parents that are like parents of an 8-year-old talking about, yeah, he's gonna go to the league, and I'm like, come on, man, this kid is just a kid.
Yes,
Like,
dude. It's sad, man. It really is sad. I do see it sometimes. People that don't know the game. That's what really drives me crazy sometimes, man, is that people that don't know the game
Or didn't
don't
play sports.
or
when they
didn't
were
play
in
sports at
when they were-
all.
Or don't understand how hard it is to be successful
Yes.
at any sport, right?
Man.
Because, man, if you play basketball, how hard it is to be successful even at the high school age.
Yes.
So let's say just out of the 8-year-old division or going into 12, 14, 15, if you don't understand what it takes and how hard it is to be successful at 14, 15, 16 years old, your expectations are unrealistic. Like it's so hard. If you don't have a passion for it, man, and if you don't recognize that your kids don't have a passion for it, you got a fucking problem. Because we see it all the time.
Oh yeah, we see it all, and I think that's when you see the parents start living through their kids, because man, eventually the kids don't want it as much as the parents do, and I say that a lot, right? Man, sometimes I feel like I want it more than you guys do, you know, but when the parents want it more than the kids, that's when the parents start living through the kids and they start talking. But I'm like, man, your kid's over there, you know, jacklegging around on his phone. And everyone's over here getting reps. I mean, how bad does your son really want it? And that's when I feel like, man, sometimes the parents are living through their kids just for the fact that, man, they want them to be successful. They want them to be the next LeBron or whatever the case may be. But, man, your kid's over there sitting on his phone, man, just
but that's the
jacklegging
shit
around,
that
man.
I don't understand, because I'm not in it like y'all are in it.
Right.
I don't understand a parent that's talk shit to you about the kid not getting reps,
Yeah.
but they can't go to the kid and say, put your fucking phone up.
Oh, my God.
I don't get that.
Tell me about
You know
it.
what I mean?
Yes.
And I don't get how y'all would bite your tongue on that.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal, JP. So I've got a lot to say about this because we've dealt with it right firsthand, and we've dealt with it for the last, 5 or 6 years. And so here's the deal. So say we get little Johnny, right? And we get little Johnny, and he's just not. We're having practices. We're getting reps. We're putting work in, and he's just not at the level of the top 75% of the team, say. So yeah, his time gets limited, right? So then you say, okay, all right, your playing times went down, but your development time is still with us because we're practicing 4 or 5 times a week.
Oh yeah.
And so your development time is there, but when we go to competition, your stage time or your at bats or whatever it is, you're not getting them because your performance and the outcome is not where we need it. Okay, but your development time's there. Me and Monty have never made a dime off of anything we've ever done. Everything we've done has been volunteer. Everything goes back into what we've done, and it's real cheap. I say cheap, but I'm saying cheap considering to the guys that make 6 figures that feed off of what I'm fixing to tell you. So you'll have somebody say, man, why am my kid getting playing time? And they'll leave us. But they're paying an X amount of dollars to be on this team that's getting development time that we're coaching them. And it doesn't matter if you're the top player or the bottom player, you're going to get the same reps, and you're going to get the same reps at every position. So when you do that, and you say, well, I want him on the field, I want him getting at bats. Well, your level of play is just not up to par, right, with everybody else, the top 75%. So what they'll do, they'll take them out and say you paid X amount of dollars to be with us and you had development time. Well, they'll go play with another club and pay 4 times what their costs and dues are, and there's no development time, but they're going to play.
Just the stage time is more.
The stage time is more, and there's no development time.
They don't get better.
And every year there's a different college guy that comes out to work the summer baseball team. They don't even know the kids' names when they show up. There's no development time, and they're paying 4 times of what we charge them. And you're going like, is that worth it? Because you have kids that you're playing with that are at this level and that you need to get to, and that's your goal, and keep grinding. But then you take them out to go pay 4 times so you can play in the infield and you can have more at bats.
You painted a perfect picture for me. because I just talked about it not too long ago, how I didn't understand how, parents take the kids out because they don't get playing time
Yes.
to another league where they'll put them on a playing time. It never occurred to me that in practice, y'all are still developing them.
Oh, dude.
So the development time is there, as opposed to, oh yeah, we'll play them, and that fucking team is not practicing. Like they're playing 9 games a week. They're not fucking practicing,
Yeah.
and they're just putting them on the stage.
Throwing them up there.
It did not occur to me how, yeah, you're right. Like they need to be coached and developed throughout the week.
Oh, for sure, dude.
That's crazy.
JP,
dude.
there's guys, and not just here in town. There's guys all over the country that make 6 figures a year
Seriously.
and put terrible product on the field. And I'm not just talking about baseball. I'm talking about 7-on-7 football, basketball, AAU, all that shit. You know why? Because there's parents that'll pay the money to put that little sticker on the back of their car and drive around town.
Yep.
Well, bro,
And that's the fucking honest truth. And
What
if
you
you don't
just
like
said-
it, man.
what you just said to me perfectly describes my opinion on Joey Maguire. Yeah, I think he's a horrible coach, but he's
Yeah.
a fucking awesome public spokesman. He's a perfect face of a company.
Bart Rager 2.0.
Yeah,
Take all your money. They ain't give you shit.
and bro, I
Nothing to show
cannot
for
wait. I cannot wait to get service back on my phone when I leave the stadium and talk shit and tag him on Twitter. I'll tag him on Twitter and be like, "This fucking bum." Like, yeah, he probably don't ever see it, but I cannot wait to talk shit and tag him like and everything.
Dude, that's too funny, man.
But you're right. It never fucking occurred to me that the time that when the coaches do give a shit and put the effort into developing them in practice, and then they just bounce.
Oh, yeah, dude.
So you're doing more harm than good because maybe he could be coached up to his potential, but what the fuck are you doing? Like,
We see it a lot, man. We see kids like really talented at an early age, and then a couple of years down the road, you're like, man, what? That kid never got any better, and it's unfortunate, but it goes back to the coaching, right? And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of dads out there that know a lot, or they claim to know a lot, right? And they think Mijo is number one in everything, right? But man, when it comes down to it, man, the competition down the road, 2 years later, they're like, man, everyone's caught up to this guy already, and some are even surpassing him already, and this guy's still stuck at the same spot, you know. That's what the development comes about, man, right there for sure.
that's crazy, man. So, Luke, you were a sports guy your whole life. Are your kids into sports? So,
Lauren's, she's gonna do junior high this year, but Lucas.
so what does that do to you though? Does it hurt or?
I want her to play. Yeah, Monty calls me all the time because like, I was so hard on Lucas when he was younger. He don't want shit to do with baseball or any sport.
Any sports, yeah.
So he'll call me. He's like, "Hey, Lubbock's having a football camp," and I mentioned it to him. And he's like, "I don't know." But
And he's gonna be
now-
a big boy, man.
Dude,
he's gonna
he
be
is.
he's gonna
He's
be
gonna be
just
the
like
great size
yes,
to be
dude,
a perfect
like
athlete.
yes.
And now I'll talk to him and like now I'll be like, "Hey, what sport are you gonna play?" I don't like give him an option. You know what I'm saying?
Good. That's good.
And he's like, "I think I want to play baseball." I said, "Well, we're gonna have to start working on it." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's been a while since
Yeah.
you've done anything.
Yeah.
And Lauren, man, she's something else. She's kind of getting on the lazy path. And I told her, I said, "We're about to go on vacation." I said, when we get back, I said, "You got
Grind
school
time.
in a couple weeks." I said, "We got to get you ready for volleyball and basketball."
Yeah, because this year is the first year, right? They're gonna be seventh grade.
Because last year they were she was just doing training. They were doing practices and stuff like that. I said, and I told her, I said, if you want to start, I don't want to ride the bench. I don't know. I didn't like it. I said,
Oh,
I
hell
don't
no, she won't either.
I'd rather you be playing. So I was like, you're gonna have to get to it. I said, we're gonna get on it. I said, we got that park across the street. We're gonna have to.
And she's
get to
all
work.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Hell
she has mom and dad's competitive because AD was pretty damn good ball player herself. So I already know that competitiveness is in there. So when Lou says, "Hey, we're gonna have to grind and we're gonna have to get after it,"
she's all for it.
yeah, she's all for it,
Fuck
man,
yeah.
for sure, dude.
So
I'm gonna interrupt you. So Lucas, I went to watch him play ball one time, so I got to show you this picture. Lucas, and he's gonna find a passion. I know he will, and Luke's gonna be hard on him and make him work at it. But this is Lucas catching coach pitch. I went and watched him play ball. Hey. I love it. He was probably like 20 times bigger than that now.
He looks like a Lego piece.
He laid over. And we're like, Lucas, the ball went by you, go get it. He's like, fucking hot out
here.
here.
To drive me nuts, dude, was when I would practice him when he was that age. Like, we were there practicing, and he was too busy looking at his shadow instead of paying attention to it. Dude, it would drive me nuts, bro. I was like, God.
Like, damn, that dude's doing everything I'm doing.
Real quick, man, before we go to a break, you guys still have y'all's fundraiser going on?
Yeah.
Where can people find it?
Yeah, man. So we've got it all over social media, man. So I posted on my Facebook. I know Coach Davis
Which
posted
is?
on. So my Facebook's what the fuck is my Facebook?
Tammy,
Tammy, yeah,
Triple X.
I'll share it. I'll share it.
Yeah, man.
I'll
Share
share
it
it.
out, man. Of course, Instagram. It's
Hey.
Tammy, Monty, everything.
Hey,
I
but
don't know.
first, you got to let them know what the fundraiser is about, right? 'Cause I
Yeah,
don't
for
think-
sure, man.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
hadn't.
Go ahead, Coach. Go ahead.
So, we had a tryout about a couple years ago that we went to Arizona. Took the boys out to Arizona, had a spring break tournament out there, and we tried out for a USA baseball. They had a USA baseball tryout. So we're like, man, we have nothing to lose. We're here. Let's go do it. Well, we met a couple guys, and they originally told us it didn't matter what region you tried out in, and so we tried out, and then the response was, y'all need to go to y'all's region and try out. Well, that same year, that was 2 years ago, we came back, and I think Drake went to that.
yeah, he did.
The
He went to
regional,
to
and Luke
Dallas.
didn't go. Yeah,
Yep.
so there's a couple guys from that were there. They went to Dallas and did it, and then it was kind of like a too late type deal. Like, hey, we already kind of invited, whatever. It was kind of kind of blew us off type shit. Well, then the guy that we met was through a really good friend of ours, Nick, and man, he's a USA scout. He's a USA baseball scout, and if you're not familiar with USA baseball, they have different age groups up from 12 years old up to the major leagues
The pros,
that represent USA, and they'll play international baseball, right? So up to the World Baseball Classic, right? So anyway, we met this guy named Ruben Felix, and he's a good dude. He's got well connected. He's coached in the major leagues.
Mm-hmm.
He came out and scouted them last year, and then there was no feedback from it. So I guess about 3 or 4 weeks ago, we get a phone call. We're playing in a big tournament here in town at Texas Tech, and we get a phone call. Hey, can the boys be up at? Can I meet up with the boys tomorrow to get some video of them? So we meet up Sunday morning, and we meet up, and they get video. They do a little batting cage. This is baseball stuff, right? Do a little BP, and then they go on the field and they throw and take ground balls. And then, he's kind of real vague. He's kind of like, hey, I'm going to send this up. I don't really know what's going to come of it. We're like, man, we just appreciate you coming out and talking to the boys, because he gave them some advice, and he's well known in the baseball community. I'm talking about
Big dog.
from college to pros and scouts and all that good stuff.
A lot of connections.
He's got video of them. He sends it up, and there's video. They know the boys. Well, man, a couple days later, he's like, hey, can the boys make it to North Carolina August 7th? And we're like, shit, they can. We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
They're like, we'll fucking do it. And we're like, man, he's like, we'll expect the email. Well, they get invited to this NTIS. And so what it is that it's they invite from 6 different regions in the country. They invite the top boys in that region. So there's 18 boys going from the South, and then there's Southwest, there's Midwest, the whatever. And so there's 6 regions. What they'll do is they invite them out. And what they do is they go and play, they do workouts, and then they play games against each other. And then you have scouts from college, and you have scouts from the pros, and they're recognizing who's the.
That's when they start getting nationally ranked.
Yeah. And
Individually.
so what they're going to.
But to cut you off, and I'm sorry. This being said, it's safe to say your boys are top 18 in this region.
Yeah, you can say that, man.
Because
it's
they
crazy.
are one of the 18 in this region being invited to.
Yeah. It's
Fuck
crazy.
yeah, bro.
They're
Fuck
up there.
yeah.
They're up there, man.
They're
It's amazing.
known, right? So
Yeah.
it's very I mean it's a big deal. And so well, you got to go spend 5 days. You got to get flights. And you got to pay. And this is all. We didn't budget for this. Like we budgeted for
This was
10, 12 tournaments, and we played in Arizona this year. We played in Tulsa. So we budgeted for a baseball season. We didn't budget for this. Like we're. I took my daughter. We went out to Cancun, and we budget for all that. Well, after we come back and we're like, hey, vacation's done. Now it's time to hustle and build the bank back up, right?
Yep.
Well, shit, we get a phone call. Like, hey, go to North Carolina. We're like, shit, we just came back from spending, all this money all baseball season. So that's why we're having fundraisers to kind of.
Well, that's the thing too, man. Is I'm asking my listeners to just reach in and give what they can, and if it's $1, just fucking donate $1.
Yeah, no, for
You know what
sure.
I mean? Because
Thank you,
$1
man.
ain't shit. But if I got 200 listeners giving $1, that's $200,
Hell
bro.
yeah,
That's
it
big,
is.
dude.
You know what I mean?
I'll tell you this:
So,
if you're gonna go
anything.
out and eat barbecue here in the next couple weeks, save your $10. Come out July 27th to Western Little League, and that's where the kids grew up playing. That's where
Yep.
we coached, and we're still got really good contacts with those guys. With Mark Crow out there,
Yep.
and they're gonna let us use a concession stand, and we're gonna use that parking lot, and we're gonna sell brisket sandwiches and sausage wraps. So if you and the good thing is our core friends and our good friends, Bobby
Yes.
and Lupe, they're gonna cook the food, and so man, it's good food. $10 sandwiches, chips, drink. Come out, help support these guys. Get over there and represent, West Texas.
Well, I'll
man.
tell you this,
So-
man. I'm doing a fundraiser for school supplies.
That's so badass.
I'm not even offering my photography skills at all as a raffle. If y'all guys don't mind, if y'all want to raffle $1 ticket for my photography for a photo session,
Dude, that's badass.
I'll donate that to y'all's
Heck yeah,
to
man. I
y'all's
appreciate that.
fundraiser, bro.
Yeah.
And dollar ticket for a fucking
Yeah.
family portrait
Come on, man.
session. Like,
Yes.
fuck yeah, dude.
Nah,
I'll
dude,
donate
yeah.
that to
I
y'all,
really
man,
appreciate
for real.
that, JP. For real, man.
However y'all want to do it, man. Whoever
Yeah.
the winner is, I'll do it.
Cool, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate that for sure, man. Yeah, man. It's a big deal, man. It's crazy because we try not to make it a big deal, but
It
that's
is a
just the
big
way.
deal.
But that's just the way we are, though, right?
But
Like,
I'm local, bro.
Right.
I love Lubbock, bro. I
Right.
love being born and raised in Lubbock.
No, yeah,
So
for sure.
if we got two guys that can make the USA team and be nationally ranked and be nationally recognized,
Yeah, dude. It's
fuck,
big.
dude, I'm all for trying to
Yeah,
help
man.
that
I
cause,
appreciate
man.
that. I appreciate
For
that,
real, man.
Yeah,
All them long hours and time, hard work,
yeah,
it's
for
paying
sure.
off, man.
Finally,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah,
So
man. It's
come
cool,
out
man.
your pocketbooks for $1.
Yeah, man.
Donate
so,
$1.
Yeah, so it's a Western Little League. I'm pulling it up here. July 27th. We're gonna start at 11 a.m. until we sell out.
But I'll share your GoFundMe.
Yes, sir.
Is
Yeah,
what I'm talking about.
It's at like I said, Western Little League, man. That's where we kind of grew up at, man. And the cooks, it's a hand. Everyone has a hand in it, from Joseph Rosendo to Coach David to Big Lou and Bobby, man. Them guys are great, dude, and they're good at what they do. Believe me, I eat their food all the time, and it's
Yeah, man.
great, dude. Like super good food.
I wanted to talk about your competitions and shit. But yeah, man, if you are from the fucking hood and you know us,
Yes,
and
dude,
you grew
we
up
are
with
from the
us,
hood, yes.
and you grew up with us, come out your pocketbook for $1, man.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
all-
Come eat a barbecue sandwich.
Yes, dude.
Hang
That's
out
all
with
I'm
us.
saying is
You'll
like,
enjoy it, I
Like,
promise.
that's this episode's coming out this week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So y'all's barbecue, fuck yeah, let's come out and let's show some numbers in the barbecue. But
That-
until then, come out your pocketbook with $1 and hit that GoFundMe, man.
Yeah,
real.
for sure, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. For
and
sure. Big
any
time.
any amount can help, and I'm down for that, man.
Man, I appreciate
But
that, JP.
we'll take a break and we'll come right back.
Oh, you're still here? This episode is brought to you by Tigre Burrito, located at 720 Highway 62 in Wolford, Texas. They're open Tuesday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. They specialize in breakfast and lunch burritos. They've also got some plates. Tell them JP Lopez sent you. But breakfast burritos are pretty fucking huge, so you better bring a big appetite. They're the shit.
And we're back. So coming back from the break, bro, we were talking about, living through your kids for sports, but I'll change it up a little bit. David, I'll ask you real quick, man. What's one piece of advice that you would tell, like, new parents, first-time parents about sticking their kids into sports?
I'll say do it. Find the interest that they have and do it. It don't have to be any specific sport.
Like soccer or whatever.
It doesn't matter. Find some kind of interest that they have. And I'm not just talking about sports. I'm talking about, if it's a piano, if it's an instrument, if it's a guitar, if it's something. I think you find what they have interest in and you put them in there. And then see if the passion comes later. Because I think just being involved, I love team. I love like the team stuff, but if you throw them in golf, if you throw them in tennis, you throw them in that, man, that's a bigger accountability. Like boxing and tennis and golf.
Mm-hmm. You're by yourself.
There's a bigger mental piece that comes with that. But being a team player, holding yourself accountable, being responsible, being involved, the social part of it. And just being able to function in life, I think, comes from just being involved in something in your life. And, whether it's a group or a church group or church band or instrument, sports, baseball, golf, football, whatever they have an interest in, if you can afford it, if you can do it, just do it. And that's what I would say I'd recommend. Let them be social. Let them learn how to deal with people. Learn how to deal with success. Learn how to deal with failure. Learn how to deal with adversity. Learn how to deal when you don't know how to do something. Learn how to figure it out. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I say, if you can afford it and you have the privilege to do it, go fucking do it. Put them in there. So that's where I'm at.
And also believe in them, though.
Support them.
right?
Support them.
yeah.
Support them. Have their back for sure.
So my mom worked nights my whole life, and so she could never attend any of my games because she was always working. My dad could, but he was just like, he didn't fuck with it. But I always think, like, what if my dad believed in me? How much more effort, and I was a great athlete, at least in my opinion, I think I was. How much more effort would I have poured into any sport just because my pops believed in me?
Oh yeah.
Like, dude, I'm leaving Cavazos at like 9 at night after a basketball game, and I'm walking home.
Yeah.
I'm the only motherfucker with no parents there.
Yeah.
I'm just walking home. And that was just my life. That was just what it was.
Yeah.
And then I'd show up, and my dad was home. He could have picked me up. But like hell, like, you want to play sports, you figure it out.
And you didn't want to bother him.
Well, that too, but also, like, if he fucking believed in me, bro, how much fucking more effort would I have poured into it?
Oh, for sure.
Just because my pops is in the stands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't stress that enough, man. Like, a lot of it is like, all y'all parents thinking that y'all care, but you don't believe in your kid.
But can I stop you for a second? Because I come a little bit the same way, right? Because shit, my parents didn't play. I don't even know if they played sports in junior high school.
Yeah.
They didn't know how to support you. They didn't know what you were doing. They knew you came home at 9:00. And my parents didn't know what the fuck I was doing from when I left the house at 7 a.m.
Yep.
So I got home at 9 at night. And I had a shorter walk than you. Well, cut across the fucking trailer parks and
Railroad
right there at
track.
home.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. They had no fucking idea how much work we put into that shit and how much passion we had for it. But I don't think they understood because they didn't go through it. And they didn't understand it. How much you loved it because you were there after school when we had to go to tutoring because I couldn't fucking pass geometry and I had to get up at 6 a.m. to go to fucking tutoring class, right? Because I'm a dumbass, right? So they didn't understand the passion you had behind it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't blame your dad not being there. I think maybe he just didn't understand
The passion.
and maybe he didn't go through and then have because I almost guarantee you our parents, the free time they had, their parents put them to work.
Yep.
to help the cause for that household.
That was their passion.
And it's like, hey, you ain't got time to fucking go fucking play football or cheerlead or that shit. You need to get your ass home because you're gonna go to work and you're gonna help pay the fucking bills here. Your dad didn't do that
That's
shit to
huge.
you.
Yeah.
Your dad said, I'm gonna let him do his shit, pass your fucking grades, go to fucking school, and make something of yourself. So, just a different perspective.
Oh yeah, I never thought of it like
Yes.
that.
And man, they didn't have the luxury of playing sports through junior high and
The
high
privilege.
school.
Yep.
It's
you know-
just foreign to them.
Yeah, and they didn't know how to
Understand
handle
it.
that,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Just like we don't know how to handle the you know, because they're teaching us and fuck, they don't love us, they don't fucking come support us. Well, we carried that on, right? The toughness and all that shit. Well, fuck, man, 10, 15 years from now, they're like, fuck, we didn't know how to handle that. Like, we didn't know.
But
We're
then
the
you-
first year generation. He went to college to play ball. You fucking were a badass in football. You got recruited in football, right? Fuck, man, they didn't know how to handle that shit. They never been through it,
They never been through it. Yep.
right?
Makes
you
sense.
know, I mean, just don't beat them
That's
down
crazy,
that much,
bro.
man.
I never thought of
Dude,
it.
that
For
makes so
real.
much sense.
I never thought of it like that.
That makes so much sense.
And that's what you did different with your son. You know what I'm saying?
No,
The
yeah.
The stuff that you didn't have, that's what you do different.
Which I'm
man.
sure he can talk shit about.
Right.
No, for real. Like
No,
I'm
for
talking
real.
shit about like
Yeah.
like well he cared too much or some you know. I never thought of it like that.
Dude, that makes so much sense.
It does because now that you say that, like my pops, I think like for the most part, his pops was a migrant worker, so it was all work. It was all jale. Like
Yep.
La limpia,
Yeah.
bro.
yeah, for real.
And you know why he didn't leave work to come watch you? Because that's all he knew.
Oh, yeah.
That's all he said. If I put food on the table and I give him a place to live,
That's my
that
part.
means I love you, right?
Yes.
That means I
Yes.
fucking care for you. Because if I didn't love you and I didn't care for you, you wouldn't have a fuck. I remember you had a badass truck.
Always.
Fuck, man. I mean, probably not right off, but
One
man,
used to pick me up. In.
the one
never
big
gave
loop
me
rat,
gas money.
the one big loop rat. Oh, that was your truck. My bad.
I was always driving this guy's truck.
Yeah, he did.
When you
Or
were
mine.
picking me up, I was driving his truck.
Or mine.
Hell yeah.
But you get where I'm coming
No,
from,
yeah,
man.
for real.
It's a different generation. It's a
Yep.
different. Man, you cannot beat them down for that, man.
So y'all say I had a badass truck, right?
You did.
You had a badass Dodge.
Yeah,
Dodge.
Hold
that
on,
Dodge,
hold on.
boy.
Very first truck, right? I didn't have a say in it. I didn't. I just got my license. So all right, cool. I'll accept the piece of shit. It's my piece of
Oh,
shit.
for sure.
But check this out. I show up. Jacob Signs' mom's dropping me off at school, and Jacob's like, "Who's at your house?" And I was like, "I don't know." It was a throw up pink. It was a peach GMC Jimmy, right?
God.
And it was an old fucking Jimmy, right? And I was like, I don't know who's at my house. And I get off, and only my mom's there. And I'm like, motherfucker. Like you can't
You
bullshit
knew it was
you can't bullshit a bullshitter. And I was like, motherfucker, that's my car. Like that is my car. And I was like, who's here? Who's that? And my mom's playing dumb, and I was like, fuck.
A big
that
old
just-
red bow on
That
that
just
motherfucker.
fucking validated. That's my car. So then my
Happy
dad.
Valentine's.
So my dad gets home. He's like, "Hey, you like this car?" And I was like, "It's fucking ugly, but whatever."
Whatever.
And he's like, "Where's your car?" And I was like, "All right, cool." So then he kind of sees like my womp womp in my
Yeah.
face. He's all, "Yeah, I'm gonna get it painted."
Ah, damn.
Dude,
Put
he
some
paint-
lipstick on it.
Dude, he like has a homeboy of a homeboy who has a body shop. They half-ass paint a two-tone brown fucking stripe around it, right?
The leftover paint.
All right, bro. I'm not hard to please. That's my piece of
Right.
shit.
Yeah,
Fuck
exactly.
yeah. So then I put Krager's on it and everything. I
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
work all summer to put a system in it. That was my piece of shit, right?
Yes.
But I tell you all that because he goes, "Hey man, I paid $2,400 for that car, and you owe me half by the end of the summer." And I was like,
Ah, damn.
I didn't even want this piece of shit. I didn't even say I wanted this
And now
piece
I
of
gotta
shit.
pay for
Now
it.
I gotta pay $1,200 for this
man.
fucking car.
That's too funny, doggy.
Hey, at least you got it up front.
Yeah.
Shit, when I worked, you remember we worked at Lake Ridge Country Club with
Yeah, you
Adrian
and
and Tony.
Adrian. Yeah.
Damn, that's badass.
And man, I made $1,000 that summer, and I went and bought a little. That car was about as big as this table, a little Toyota Corolla.
Smart car before smart cars.
Man, a little Toyota Corolla, little fucking hatchback, little fucking piece of shit, right? And my big ass get in that car, and man, we drove the shit out of that motherfucker.
It was your piece of shit.
It was
dude.
my piece
Fuck
of shit.
yeah,
Exactly,
dude.
man, dude.
I remember stopping at stop signs and putting it park and having to rev it up.
God,
and then put it back
damn.
in drive.
Yeah, I bought it from we bought it from a Chinese couple, right?
Yeah.
A family. And
Of course
it was
they were
$1,000.
Chinese.
It was
Right.
a Toyota, right? It was old. It ran for 20 years before I
Oh,
got
you
it.
already know. Yeah.
One car owner.
Fuck, hey,
Hell yeah.
and it smelled like fucking Chinese rice, man. Like
I thought you
fucking
were gonna say
stir
a
fry.
donut shop or something.
Yeah, God damn. It didn't take long. It didn't take long to put that fucking skunk smell in that motherfucker. I tell you that.
Hey, Boke, you work for a delivery?
Yo, shit, right?
Your Uber Eats before
I didn't
Uber
know
Eats.
you worked for Little
Panda. David Eats.
I fucking work for Panda Express.
That's too funny, dude. That is funny.
I have a funny story, man. You know, before I got a car, right? I was a late birthday, so I was the last one to have a car, have a license. Man, so I had to get a ride. You know, we went to Lopez. We had to go to fucking Chapman, and I'm fucking. Sometimes I was running to Chapman to get to baseball practice on time.
Damn.
Have practice
Yes,
and
I
go
remember
back
that.
to class at fourth period. Remember that?
Yes.
Sometimes I didn't have a ride. I
God,
had to
that
fuck,
sucks.
I was running my ass off because I was flunking my grades and shit.
That
so I
was
had to
always the
run.
worst.
And so-
When you got there and your everyday
Sweating.
normal ride
English-
was
in
already
English class,
gone,
sweating balls.
and you're like, "Fuck!"
Right? So
Oh, yes.
So one day, man, everybody's got their cars, and I'm like the summer birthday, right? The last guy their junior year to get a car or have their license. So Marcus Boyd was still at the clubhouse.
Boyd, yeah.
He had a fucking boat about as long as this fucking room right here. And I said, Marcus, you got a ride? He said, yeah, you need a ride? I said, yeah, man, I need a ride, man. I'm not walking home because I think like 2 weeks before, I had to walk from Chapman Field all the way
Damn, to
home
the hood.
buying
That was,
Amigos.
that was
right?
me
Yeah.
every day, my
Right.
sophomore year.
So I had to walk home.
every day from Chapman to my house.
I had to walk home like 2 weeks before that. I'm like, dude, you got a ride? Where's your ride at? He said, man, it's down there. And I was like, how come you didn't park in front of the
Yeah.
the field
Chapman,
house?
yeah.
He goes, man, I can't park where I can't reverse.
The reverse didn't work.
Dude, so he parked like on the end of if he didn't get the stop sign, he had a park where he could just drive out.
Just go straight.
Hey, but Marcus, a fucking hard-working motherfucker, because he worked at United for years.
Yeah.
Remember when
Yes, I
Ball?
remember that, dude.
And he parked at the fucking stop. We had about 2 blocks to guys said, well, shit, it's better than walking back to the
Hell
fucking
yeah,
hood.
it is.
Shit, man, we can jump in there. I was happy, motherfucker. Roll those windows down, Marcus. Hot as a motherfucker. There was no AC, that motherfucker.
That was in the good old days where you can get a car inspected. Like,
Oh,
if
yeah,
you knew,
for
if,
sure, yeah.
if my
You
dad
knew the
knew
right
somebody,
people.
they
Yeah,
put that
yeah,
sticker on
yeah.
that motherfucker. And then you get in that car, your car don't reverse. Ah, shit, I went to the wrong place.
Yeah, I'll tell you that, man.
Dude,
Marcus
that
was
was
humble as a
badass.
motherfucker, man. He drove that car around for like 2 or 3 years, man.
I don't remember that boat.
No, dude.
I don't.
It was white with a red top, I think. Is what it
He
was.
hit it all the time.
Dude, that's badass.
but-
he came
no-
up from the bottom, man, for sure,
bottom,
dude.
man.
That's
Marcus,
badass,
yeah.
dude.
No lie, you did strike a fucking core memory. Walking out of Lubbock High on the last period, and like your typical fucking ride was gone, and you're like,
Yup. Fuck.
fuck, and
I'm
you're
about to
just
run.
booking it, running to fucking
Yes.
Chapman. You're like, fuck.
Better get there on time or you're going to run more.
Oh, yeah.
Do they still do that?
Dude, I still see him running. I live
real?
right there, right by
They
that.
still do
I
that?
see him all the
Yes.
time.
Fuck, dude. Yeah.
That sucks, right?
I can't remember how many countless times we fucking put 20 motherfuckers in a car
Oh, dude,
to go to
you
Chapman.
kidding me?
Like,
Yes.
The ones that care are running. The other cholos.
Yeah, they didn't care.
I
Yeah,
don't
they didn't give a fuck. Yeah.
we didn't have cholos in high school, did
They
we?
doing that. Okay,
We had
Edgars.
cholas.
The Edgars.
We fit all of them in the car. We fit
All
them
the
all in the car.
Edgars now.
That played sports, right? We did. I don't remember.
They kind of weeded themselves
They
out.
weeded
right?
themselves out, and
Yeah,
I
eventually.
remember Coach Edwards and Cavazos beating the fuck out of a Northsider.
No shit.
Oh,
wish
yeah,
I
we
could-
got a
I
fresh-
wish-
remember him.
I remember that.
I wish I could remember his name. I really do. He was a Northsider, and
Monty?
I, if I had to bet, I probably would bet that he had it in him to whoop his ass that day because he was
okay.
he was constantly a headache.
Ah, okay.
And
okay,
then
okay.
that
Type of
fucking
deal.
day, he did not play. Like it was it. It
was
was
on.
it. And he
Dude,
was like,
Coach
"Hey,
Reynolds is a crazy
go
motherfucker,
run,
dude.
go run." He didn't want to run, so he fucking went and grabbed his face mask and just started like shoving it against the trees. Remember those trees?
Yes.
Just ramming it in the trees. And then he was like, "You're gangster, right? Whoop my ass, whoop my ass."
Damn.
And I wish I could remember his name. And the dude was like, "I'm not gonna hit you, man." And he kept fucking just ramming his helmet into the fucking tree by his face mask.
You remember his forearms were fucking like they were like
huge,
Popeyes,
bro.
dude. They were
Yeah.
Popeyes.
And he was like, "Whoop my ass, whoop my ass." And then he fucking ran away, like crying.
Wow.
And then he was like, "Fuck that dude."
Dude, funny stories about Cavazos, D. I know you mentioned it before, but how you said that people they would get clicked into Northside.
Oh,
Dude, I don't
I
know.
think I was countless times.
Dude, I don't know how many times I clicked people into Northside, and I wasn't even Northside, dude. They were like, hey,
It
they were
was
about to
probably
clear.
you fucker. We had the same sea lunch, you asshole.
Hey, they're about to click this dude in the Northside. All right, fuck it, let's go. All right, cool, you're in.
I shit you
Dude,
not.
it's
I
so
hated
funny.
having to pee in lunch, bro.
Oh,
I
my
hated
God.
having because you went to go piss in lunch and they turned the light off and you're already pissing and trying to fight. Like, and dude, I don't know. I think I was initiated like 20 times in
Yeah,
Northside,
exactly,
bro.
dude. That's
And I was
so
like, what the
funny, dude.
fuck, dude?
That's too funny. So going back to first cars, right? My parents bought me like a 19, man, I swear it was like an 84 Maxima, right? Man, I thought it was a shit, right? Had the loudest system, of course, right? From the hood. The hood got me a system. The loudest fucking system. I thought I was the shit, right? I'm driving down University in front of Tech, okay? In front of like by Broadway, going back to the house. Dude, my fucking left wheel flew the fuck off. I thought I was going 3-wheel motion. I'm like, all right, fuck it, 3-wheel. I'm just fucking, Dude, I look beside me and my fucking wheel is going down University. Dude, I tried to open my door. The door's jammed because it fucking, the wheel fell off. And the next thing you know, I open the door and I'm just running down University trying to grab my wheel, dude. I'll never forget that. I've told my kids that story.
How
They're
did
like,
it fall off?
dude, I don't fucking know.
Like the whole
His
bolts
girlfriend
broke
fucking.
off?
You're dying. You cheated on me, cabron.
Like it was unscrewed or like
So I remember that I went to fuck discount time. I went to
I
discount.
think she's married to one of our friends.
Right, exactly right.
Bring us some ocean.
Yeah, exactly. It was all planned out. I went to discount, had a flat tire. I guess they didn't fucking tighten the bolts. The bolts tighten up, dude. My fucking tire was flying by me, bro. But I swear, my shit was bumping. I went 3-wheel motion. I'm like, fuck it, 3-wheel. Man, the wheel's just rolling by me. I'm running down fucking University,
shake
bro.
the sugar
Yeah,
off the honey bun.
yeah, I was Mr. Coop in that bitch, boy. Shake the sugar off the honey bun.
Vital squad.
Rise and stars.
Right, stop.
Yeah, Nate Thompson on your speaker. Oh, fuck,
I
bro.
swear I'll never forget that, dude. I told my kids that story, and they're like, "How, Dad? How?" And I'm like, "Man, I don't know what the fuck happened, but I tracked that fucking tire down University, goddammit.
Keep fucking with them toxicas.
Stay away from the Hornet, goddammit.
Damn.
The Real Housewives of Arna Benson.
All right, dude. Can you imagine if they had a fucking reality show?
Oh, I
That'd be
can't
fucking
imagine. That'd be good
hilarious.
as fuck.
Fucking Tank from fucking Jonathan Ramos.
Dude, so Tank has been mentioned 50 times on this podcast.
We need to get her on.
People
What
want
the
to know
fuck?
who she is,
Who
right?
is Tank?
But people are like,
She probably got a cell phone in her cell.
Tank has raped Thomas. Tank has raped Duck. Rest in peace. Like I'm like, how are y'all grown ass men being raped by Tank? And they're like, bro,
Dude,
she
that's-
took it. Like,
Dude. Give me that chon chon.
Loop. On that note, what would you
That's how she
fucking?
put her fucking makeup on right here. Skittles.
The M&Ms.
Damn. Y'all probably never heard of my first car.
No.
I had a Ford Granada.
Oh shit.
You want to see a picture?
Let me
I
get a
never heard
Granada
of
bar.
Granada for real.
Let me get a Granada bar.
Dog, it was terrible. And it was banana yellow.
Oh, that's luxury, bro.
No, yeah, that's binge.
Shit.
That's
That's
fucking luxury,
Benz.
dude.
Whatever.
there?
That's Benz.
Oh, Marcus sold you his car?
The same car Marcus Boyd had. What the fuck? They had 2 of them? You were the only 2 that they made them for.
The 2 prospects in love with that year.
I was like,
That was
JP,
the
I
first
pulled out,
NIL
bro.
deal.
NIL deal.
Hey, it's a car, bro. Fuck it.
Right?
I used to park when I was showing football, I was parked over there where the band was practicing.
Nah, it's like that. Oh, that's just a band car. Don't worry about it. And the Rockets.
That's the one that the football team beats up.
That's too funny.
That was one on Street Fighter where he beats up.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, I never heard of a Granada.
Nah, I'm telling
but
you.
that was Marcus's car.
That was the first NIL. The 2 prospects in love with the late 90s.
The NIL deals.
NIL deals.
Hey, dude, on the cool, though, I remember, rest in peace, Big Lou's mom, man, but I remember Big Lou, when I first met Big Lou, right, we met through the softball scene, and he would tell me, like, dude, I actually had a lot of offers, and I'm like, what, dude? I'm like, nah, man, you're like, he's my boy, right? And his mom, she pulled out the letters.
To validate everything you
Dude,
said.
University of Texas, Kansas, Texas Tech. This fool told a story one time that Texas Tech invited him to a camp. Yeah, he skipped it to go to play fucking softball. Man, softball.
I did, for real.
Well, like I
Dude.
said, he pissed me the fuck off. I'm fucking repping weights in the gym like a motherfucker wanting to show off in front of him. I fucking put on 405 on the bench, rep it out twice, which is my max.
Right.
And then he's I'm going to try it. And he's repping it like 10 times.
One hand.
Yeah, one hand. And then he's like, man, I haven't lifted this in like 4 years. I'm like,
Fuck you, man. Fuck you. Get in your boat and get the fuck out of here.
Get in your granola bar.
It's like, man, fuck Big Lou, man.
Hey, we say that every day.
Yep. Yeah. That's an athletic motherfucker, dude.
But to reel it back in, bro, what would be a piece of advice you telling? Because I mean, you basically are a first-time parent because you got twins the same age. What would the best advice to put them into sports?
Have fun, man. I said, it's hard now because parents take the fun out of it. You know what I'm saying? And then kids, they don't have the love for it. Luckily, Mont, his son ended up finding it again. But yeah, just have fun, enjoy it. I think it all comes down to how old they are too. You know what I'm saying? Because once you get to like, say junior high, you're starting to like work out more. You know the shit that you need to do to get better. You know what I'm saying? And then high school, that's a whole nother level. That's why I was, we used to do football practices, and Bobby Livingston was there whenever he went to school with us, but he was a year younger. But when we would get done doing like football practices, Bobby would go do his own little baseball stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why, that kid, he was good, man.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And it shows,
Yeah, you always hear like Zach Thomas and all that shit. I always heard like their high school stories.
Yep.
How practice wasn't enough for them. Like they stayed out on their own.
Yeah.
Doing like their own personal workouts. And then you think like, oh, well, they're just talented. Well, fuck, they worked hard for being talented.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes back to what I'm saying about is if your parents just believed in you, how much effort you would have fucking put into.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
Yeah.
And he grew up in the hood. Shit, we used to live in Corta Vista. Bobby was there. We used to fight all the fucking time, me and Bobby all the time. And, he wanted out of it, and he put his work in.
That's what's up, man.
He's doing good now, man.
That's crazy, dude. Yeah.
I think the passion will take you further. Find an interest, and if you have the passion, or you have the want to, or you have the motivation, whatever the motivation is behind it, it could be that I don't want to live here forever. I don't want to cycle this
For real.
lifestyle to the next generation.
For real.
It'll motivate you. It's the passion, because there's got to be an interest, right? There's got to be an interest. If they have an interest, put them in it, and if their passion takes them further, fucking support it and let's go. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking get it. Let's all get behind them, you know, whether at whatever age. And if they got opportunities, let's get after it and let's fucking go.
Yep.
And then that goes on the opposite end, on like a parent not believing you. On the opposite end, like if a player or a person is so invested in, like, I can see a parent being mad that makes it their personality, and it's like, this is not your personality. Sports ain't your personality.
Yeah.
But it is. Like, they're so passionate for the game of whatever they're into, and then you can hurt them that way too.
Yeah,
because
can.
they're investing too much time into
Yeah.
whatever. But you hardly, in my opinion, I would think you hardly see that because, I mean, it's hard to get kids to play outside, period, now.
Oh yeah.
So to have a kid and interested in a sport, me being a first-time parent, I would be all for it, especially for this generation.
Yes, for sure, dude.
Yeah,
For sure.
but, I mean, I'm not like most motherfuckers, so
Yeah,
I get
I'm
it.
sure that happens, JP. Like, you go back to like, and I'm gonna just be real. Like, I'm a watered down Mexicano. Like I'm third generation, right? So I go back to what I said earlier. Fuck, man, how many talented, athletic, fucking Mexicanos came out first generation, second generation, where they couldn't fucking play sports because they didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
Yep.
What
Their-
opportunity.
Their dad said,
Work.
You're gonna fucking work.
Yep.
Your strength, your size, you're gonna come fucking make money and help feed the family. Mm-hmm. Right? And so there's some athletes out there, guys that probably could have been been something on a different level. That shit, they didn't get an opportunity because they respected their mom and dad so much, or their grandpa or their grandma, that they said, "You're gonna fucking work. You're gonna go work the fields. You're gonna go fucking work. You're not gonna play
support this family.
Fuck that football
Yep.
or baseball
Yeah.
and all that shit, right?"
What you're saying reminds me of that movie. Have y'all seen that movie, McFarlane?
Oh yes.
Have you seen that
With the
movie,
runner,
McFarlane?
the runner.
So, exactly what you're saying, bro. It's a true story. The movie McFarlane is based on a high school in McFarlane, California, where 3 or 4 sons,
Yeah.
4 of
Runners.
the sons were badass fucking cross country runners, and the coach saw the badassness in them, and they were like telling the coach, "We quit today because we got to go work.
We gotta
go
work.
help our
Gotta
dad."
help the
fields.
family.
And
Yep.
and their dad was like, I don't see what they're doing is going to help them for their future. They need to work the rest of their life to
all they know.
provide. And then the dad was like, no, like, you don't understand. These kids can go to college for free, get a scholarship because
They don't know that.
fucking good. And then the dad kind of half-ass lets them, but they have to still like
Still
work.
go to work.
And the fucking coach goes to work for the dad to help the kids.
Yeah.
Hey, let them go to practice. I'm
Yeah.
going to fucking
Yeah.
work. I'll do the work for
Yep.
them.
Have you
Exactly.
seen that new one on
Yeah.
Netflix? The dudes that play golf, the Spanish dudes that I just saw it today.
No.
I think it's called maybe Long Drive, and it's the same way.
Same
like
shit.
Oh, shit.
Like there's 5 guys, like they worked at a country club, and they were the caddies and stuff. Well, one of them was pretty good. Well, when a guy approaches them to coach them and start their own little golf at their school, he's like, nah, because he knows the way his dad is. He's like,
I can't
I
play.
can't do it. I can't do it. And then he kind of mentions it to his dad, and his dad makes fun of him. And then he ends up doing it behind his dad's back. And he ends up becoming pretty good.
That's badass.
Well, they take pictures of him when they're winning tournaments, and that's how his dad finds out that he's
Oh,
doing
shit.
it.
Oh,
And he
shit.
gets mad and starts trying to burn his stuff up. And he's like, nah, this is what I like to do. And they end up winning state. Like, it's like a true
Damn.
story.
It's a
type deal.
documentary or a
Yeah.
movie?
It's a
Let's
movie.
check that out.
Yeah.
It's called Long Drive.
I think it's Long Drive. I just saw
Badass.
it today, this morning.
Yeah, so
I
that
like golf.
happens, bro. That fucking happens.
Yeah, no,
You
for sure.
Like, you got to work. You can't fucking do sports. Yeah.
That's pretty much the way we grew up, right? I mean, well, I can't say we grew up, but that's the way I know my parents grew up, right?
Well, yeah,
Like,
my,
dude,
my
you
dad
gotta-
definitely grew up that way, but my dad was always like, if you want to do sports, your grades come first, and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we can't sit here and lie and say school was hard for us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we fucking made sure our coaches were our fucking teachers.
Right,
Like,
right,
we
right,
half-assed
right,
school.
right.
You know? And then like, yeah, it wasn't that hard. Our grades were made and my dad didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck. As long as your grades are okay,
Yeah.
give a fuck.
Fuck yeah.
But I'll ask you, like, what's your advice to put your kid into sports?
Man, one of my biggest thing is, and I'll go back to it, right? It's 100%. You have to be all in, right? Because if you're halfway in, dude, it ain't gonna work out. It just isn't gonna fucking
You're just
work
wasting
out.
time.
Dude. You're just wasting time. You're wasting money. You're wasting parents' time. You're wasting everyone's time, dude. You have to be all in. You have to be all in. You know, there's, you know, I help coach, you know, our team, of course, me and Coach Davis' team, and I help coach Lopez High's team. Man, I always talk about being different, right? I always want to be different. Like, man, when you go to practice and everyone's supposed to be there at 7:00 in the morning, and everyone's just sitting there, right, waiting for a coach to say whatever, right? Man, how about you just step up and just be different and start stretching? And I know it sounds stupid, right? But just be different, man. Just be different. And being different to me will just take you a long way, correct? Right? Because what I'm saying is, say this guy is sitting down and the other guy is stretching and he's doing just a little bit extra before even practice starts, right? Well, this guy sitting down is actually going to feel a certain type of way. But like, man, look, man, this dude's over here doing, he might be doing a little extra or whatever, right? And some people say, oh, man, you're doing too much.
Overachiever.
Right? Overachiever, right? And of course, those type of people right there are the ones that are going to hold you back. Those are the guys you don't want to have your back.
Stretch it,
Yeah,
puto.
yeah. Hey, he's trying to kiss coach's ass, whatever. Man, dude, those are the guys that you don't want to have your back, right? So I always tell my guys, man, be fucking different, dude. Like, go stretch, go run, go do the extra things. Is it hard to get up at 7 a.m, go work out? Yeah, it is, but you're being fucking different. Next thing you know, you got another guy coming with you. You got another guy coming with you, man. Next thing you know, your shit's changing.
Yeah.
The culture's changing. Be fucking different, right? So my advice is, if you're gonna do something, right, and my kids know this to the fullest. If you're gonna do something, do it 110.
Don't half-ass it.
Man, I tell, like, baseball, right? I said, dude, you're gonna fucking strike out. You're gonna throw balls. You're gonna have a terrible game. Baseball is a game of failure, right? Just the game of baseball. I'm just talking about game. But just in life, right? You're gonna fucking fail. But if you go 110%, you're okay with me. Mm-hmm. You're fucking okay with me. Just as long as you haul ass to your fucking position and haul ass back out to the dugout, you're okay with me, man. I just want 110. When I see that you ain't giving 110, your fucking your attitude is terrible, whatever, dude, you're gonna hear shit from me. That's just the way. But that's my advice. If you're gonna do something, do it all. You got to be all in, or fucking don't do it at all. Because if not, then yeah, you're gonna hear some shit.
So y'all,
Attitude, effort,
Oh
and
my
intensity.
god, dude.
That's what.
Those are our main ingredients.
That's
Me and Coach David.
why
Yep.
we've been so good together for so long.
well, that's the thing.
Yep.
That's what I want to ask is, like, so y'all two are actual coaches right now, right?
Correct.
How do parents ever come at y'all bitching at y'all?
Oh, for sure, dude.
But how do you deal with that? Like,
Man, so
Fuck you. Nah,
you not see the same shit I see.
JP, I'm gonna just step on Monty's.
No,
toes a
no,
little
you
bit.
good.
I keep it as real as I can.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell them straight up, whether you like it or not. Truth, man, if you're honest with somebody,
Mm-hmm.
even if they don't like it, when they walk away and they have to deal with it, in my past experiences, they respect me
Yes, they respect you more.
more when
Yep.
I'm honest with them.
Mm-hmm.
And so whenever somebody's not up to par, or like, hey, here's the deal. You probably need to go get some reps somewhere else where you're going to get reps.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're probably not going to get it. From here on out, you're probably not going to get very many reps. They don't like that. You say, man, I bought into everything you've done. I've done everything you've asked of me. But if I'm honest with them, it comes back more because the respect and say,
The honesty.
I appreciate you being upfront with me. I appreciate everything you've done. And so, to the answer, just be straight up.
Yep.
This is the way I see it. This is my opinion. This doesn't reflect anything outside because we're not for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to tell you, this is where we're at. You probably could go do this 10 times better somewhere else if, whatever you
And that's
do.
perfect wording for great coaches. You know what I mean?
Sure, dude.
Because you're not playing with their balls saying,
Exactly.
give it time, but you're also not saying your kid is trash.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's perfect. That's
Then they can make their own decision on what they want to do.
yeah.
Exactly, dude. We always leave it up to them, man. Like,
So
hey,
look,
look,
this
you
way
can
it's
come
gonna be.
here. Yeah, you can come back. This is the role, though. Right now, like from this point, this is the role. You're gonna be a part-time player. You know what I'm saying? If you want to stick around, stick around. But hey, if you want to go and try it somewhere else, we're okay with that too.
I respect that, bro.
Dude, we don't cut players, man. We don't cut them. We don't like, hey, straight up, you're out. That's just not our style. We're like, hey, look, this is gonna be the role.
And
going
I
forward.
understand the
That's
kid,
respectful,
the kid
right?
putting full effort
Yes.
and just not being that
Just
great.
not being that great.
But I understand the
Yes.
full effort that he's putting into
yes,
because
Totally
there are a
respect
lot
that.
of kids like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've had a couple. And,
Yes.
And I told Monty, man, I said, man,
It's
there are a
tough.
couple, and I don't want to name any names, but
Yeah,
I will tell you that when I had that conversation, it's hard.
it's tough, man.
It's hard to face it face to face, like, and be straight up with them. Look, he just not progressing at the level. And that's not to say that he won't mature and grow
Yeah.
4 or 5 inches 2 years from now and will fucking go farther than
Any
the
of
rest
them.
of these
Yep.
8 guys that we got. Because it happens.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
fucking happens. Like the guy that blooms late or just figures it out, gets in the fucking weight room and works his ass off, and then he's better than the 8 guys that were better than him at 12 or 13 years old.
Yep.
And at 18, he's fucking getting drafted, or 18, he's getting a
Yes.
fucking D1 scholarship.
Yes.
That it happens, JP.
So, all right, that's a good question. We're all old ex-athletes, right?
Right.
Do you feel like you put 2 and 2 together late?
I feel that I cheated myself because I was never passionate about.
That's how I was.
I was never passionate about football or baseball. I look back and I say, God damn, I had the tools. Now, did I have the passion to build with those tools? I didn't do it, and I'm not gonna sit here and say that I had the passion or I had the love for the game. I had other shit on my mind, and I still make mistakes to this day as an adult. I didn't have the passion to do that. All I can do is what I do now for these kids. Somebody made an impact in my life when I was growing up that made me the man I am today.
Yeah.
All I'm trying to do is pass that forward to the next kid, and I have a lot of knowledge in the game, in what I did in the past. I have a lot of knowledge.
You can be impactful for a lot of kids.
Yeah.
For
the good and the bad. Yeah.
And I'm going to go off track. Was I passionate about what I did? Did I have the potential to do really good things? Yes. But I didn't have the passion for it, JP. Because if I did, man, I don't know where it would have took me.
Yeah,
You know
for
what
real.
I'm saying? So that's where my perspective comes through. My goal is to make an impact in somebody's life in a positive manner, the way my mentor made an impact in my life that makes me who I
Yeah.
am today. And that's where I'm going to pay it forward from here on out.
That's badass.
I had the passion for sports. I loved it. I grew up playing baseball. Went to Webster, and he was like, "You're too fat to play for me."
Damn.
And I was just like, well, "Fuck you.
Yeah.
I'll put my passion into football."
Yeah.
So I did, and I love the game of football, but after the fact is when I put 2 and 2 together. I was like, why couldn't I have been coached like a spin move? Why couldn't I have been coached like a finessing rather than just bull rush the whole time? You know what I mean? And I was just like, how much better would I have been had a coach just like taught me finesse? You know what I mean? Like a spin move, fucking break a hole, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was like
Technique.
afterwards, after I was out of the game, when I put 2 and 2 together, and I was like, fuck, how much better would I have been?
Now you know, right? And
No,
that's
yeah.
what
I'm gonna go
you know,
pee.
that's what you teach your kids now. You're like, well, you know, the shit that you should have done as a kid
Yo, for sure.
is now what you want to pass on, and that's
No, for real. And I always wonder, like, man, just a spin move, how much better would I have been if I was even taught a spin move rather than just to bull rush my way to the quarterback?
you know, it's so crazy because I got hurt my second to last game of high school, and I never went to school after that. So after I broke my leg, I didn't do shit for like a year or two, and the Outlaws, the arena football team.
Yeah.
I went and tried out, and I was like, I'm just gonna try out just to see, you know what I'm saying? If I guess kind of for me, to see if I could have done it, And they called me back, but I was like, I just did it. I said I'm not gonna
You
play.
just see if you could do it.
Yeah. And I guess it's just to make me feel better.
So you didn't give a shit either, though.
Nah. I used to fuck off in practice. And, I had my older brothers, but, my grandma raised them. So, I used to always watch them, and I was like, I looked up to them. But, having them, like, to coach me or help me, like, nobody. I think when I got hurt is the first time that 2 of my cousins went to go watch me. And the day they go watch me is the day I get hurt.
Damn.
JP
And you
a big
had-
ass JP. I remember that, man. I was right next. I don't know if you remember, but because you went through a lot of shit that day and that night, and that even afterwards, right? Because you were crushed, man, and I remember it. But you went through a big injury, man, and it fucked you up, didn't it?
Yeah, it fucked me up. It made me feel like I wasn't valuable no more. Because it was like, you're not worth anything, so they just spit you out.
Yeah.
And I had a few letters coming in, but they stopped, and I was just like, man, damn, this sucks. Like, it was just one play. But it was a horrific fucking... I never saw the video, but everyone always tells me it was like the worst fucking knee injury they've ever fucking seen. But, my knee basically just bent backwards, and yeah. And my foot always stayed planted. It never popped out. And even then, coming off of the sideline, I was like, I think I can go. And coach was like, dude, sit your ass down. Like,
Booby Miles, sit your ass down.
and it sucked that it was the last fucking game of the season, and the winner went to the playoff, and this loser stayed. And I was like, fuck, man. But yeah, it did hurt. It did fucking hurt. But I put 2 and 2 together way later, which is why I wanted to become a coach. I really think that even to this day, I miss my calling as a coach. But it's just I knew no other way of being a coach other than going to school and be a teacher. And it just so happens I cannot be a teacher.
You found your calling and party.
Yeah, I cannot be a teacher, bro. Like I would be on the news, like
Whooping
the
ass.
fuck out of these kids, man. So
I believe that.
So I miss my calling as being a coach because I really think that I could probably coach football.
Oh, I'm sure you could. For
Like
sure.
I'm 2 rows from the field
That's
at a
badass.
Tech game, screaming to the fucking corners at a Tech game. Get
You
the
know what
fuck
they're gonna
back,
do,
bro.
yeah.
I'm like, how the fuck? There's 2 seconds. They're going. Why are you not playing prevent?
Yes, dude.
And sure enough, fucking, of course they're going to the end zone and they catch the ball, and I'm like, how the fuck am I on the sideline thinking, knowing what?
Just the average Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I miss my calling as a football coach, but I couldn't teach. Fuck that.
Jaime Escalante.
And then my wife was like, "Shut the fuck up! You're embarrassing us." And I was like, "This motherfucker needs to get back! Get the fuck back!"
How can I reach these kids?
And then I flat out had to tell her, man, I was like, "I'm tired of you always judging me because I believe in science." Dude, I can't fucking thank y'all enough, man. Thank y'all for coming on, bro.
Oh, for sure, man.
It's been a fucking fun time, bro. Before we leave, can y'all hit up the fundraiser again?
Yeah, man, for sure. Go ahead, Coach.
July
you got
27th.
it. You got it. You're spokesman now.
July 27th, Western Little League at
Yep.
11 o'clock.
Yeah. If you want to come out and buy a plate, July 27th.
Saturday.
The money's going to go towards a great fucking cause. These two boys are going to be going to North Carolina?
Yeah,
North
North Carolina.
Carolina.
Cary, North Carolina. It's the USA Baseball Complex, man. July 27th. We're going to start at 11 till we sell out. Obviously, we're going to have brisket and sausage plates, Big Lou, Bird, Bobby G, Joseph Rosendo, man. All these guys, man, they put so much, so much love and they have our backs, dude, to the fullest. They put out great food, dude, for sure. But yeah, we're gonna have plates out there. We're gonna have, everything out there, man.
Yeah.
to
And
help.
then the GoFundMe, I'll share it, man.
Yeah, for
I'll
sure,
share the
man.
GoFundMe.
And if you want to just go just to meet the boys too, man. 'cause
Yeah, man, for
these
sure.
kids, they're awesome kids.
Bring your daughters.
Yeah.
Come on.
Bring your daughters, meet the kids.
There
You have any shout outs, bro?
Man, dude, so I actually do. I want to shout out you, man, because I really appreciate everything that you've done for me personally, man. Your podcast, you may not think that it does anything for anybody, man, but it really does touch, man. So I want to shout out you, everyone in the John Eric, man, and Eric. I don't even know Eric, right? But I feel like I do just from the pendejos, man. They're so fucking funny. Me and Coach David talk about it sometimes. We're like, hey, man, did you hear the
piojos?
The piojos. And I'm like, no, I haven't heard
make
it.
me
You're
laugh
like, dude,
so bad,
you're
man.
gonna have to,
Fucking
you're gonna have to
crazy.
listen to that. I'm like, all right, on the road trip, because we're always talking about road trips, right? We're like, on the road trip, I'm gonna have to listen to that shit, man. So shout out to John Eric, man,
for sure,
Jonathan
man.
Ramos, man. Much love to him, man. And of course, my boy Donnie Flams, man. He knows how much I support him, man. Big time listener to him, man. He's great, man, for sure. But I wrote some stuff down, so I'm gonna say it. I want to shout out Rhino Pena, Ricky Flores, Nick Garcia, Bobby G, Chris Hernandez, Joseph Rosendo, Joe Jimenez, Mike Reyna, Billy Ray Ortiz, and of course Big Lou, Coach David, Adrian Puga, JJ Hernandez, and of course Edward Hernandez, man. Those guys are the guys that we rock with, man. You know what I'm saying? Those are the guys that are in our circle. And of course you, JP, man. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't do anything for you guys. I would do anything for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Anything, everything for you guys. And I just appreciate all the love and support that you guys have given us, man, and given my kids. You guys have supported my kids and treated them like they're your own, man. And I really appreciate the love and support, man, for sure.
It's definitely all love, man.
Yeah,
for sure, bro.
man.
For
And-
sure.
and of course-
shout out Lil Ed. This fucker texted me. He was like, Lil Ed took me to the same ghetto ass fucking spot on 6th Street.
Nah, he did for real. God,
Yeah, dude. But yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
man.
you good,
But
man.
For real, man. Your kids are wonderful. I only know your two boys. I haven't had the
Yeah.
pleasure of meeting your daughter, but
Yeah.
your boys are fucking the utmost respect. It's very old schoolish with
Yes.
them boys.
Respectable
I appreciate
kids,
it.
hell yeah.
I appreciate that, man. And shout out to my wife Tammy. She has a lot to do with that, man, and I really respect her and love her for that. So I love you, honey.
Chill out, bro.
I know, right? Shout out to my boys Drake and Diego, man. I love you guys. Shout out to my baby girl Mila, man. I love you guys, and and my pops and my moms and everyone, man, that have love and support for us, man. I love you guys, man. Thank you guys for everything.
I can't say it enough every time you're on here, man. I just always remember your pops was the fucking blacktop police.
Oh, for sure.
And any fucking cuss word.
Hey, yeah, he didn't like us to cuss, dude, but he would cuss. Hey, y'all quit fucking cussing. I'm like, what the?
Hey, Georgie, the police is out. Police is out today, man. Police is out.
My dad. He had good intentions.
Daniel's a trip.
He's a trip, man. I love
We
my
did
pops,
a cook.
dude.
We cooked for Diego's graduation party.
Yes.
And he was like, "Oh, we're gonna cook fajitas." So the whole time, we were over there setting up. He was getting the disco ready, and he's over there showing, "Hey, Bob, this is how you do this. This is how you do that, and this is how you use it." All right. So there we are. We start cooking. We're like, "Man, Daniel hasn't even shown up," and we're like, "Hey, Mont, should we start cooking the fajitas or what?" He's like, "Nah, my dad's coming." And we didn't end up cooking the fajitas. And Daniel, he calls. He's like, "Hey, Dad, where you at? He's like, "Oh, y'all hadn't started cooking them yet?"
Dude, he's such a supervisor, dude.
I thought I was gonna show up and eat. Come on.
That's why I showed you, Bobby.
That's why I showed y'all, motherfuckers. Goddamn. Told you how to turn it on. Goddamn. What else I gotta do?
What the fuck? I gotta cook it myself? Goddamn, you incompetent motherfuckers.
That's too funny, dude.
And all our food's already ready. People are starting to grab stuff. He's like, "Hey, the main course is on the grill right now."
I love my pops, man. Shout out to my pops.
Did y'all sold the cowboy smoker?
No, we still got it. Yeah,
Is
it's
it
at my
being
house
held
now.
somewhere else?
It's at my house now.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
It's at my house. Yeah. The
I
cowboy.
could
The
have
cowboy
swore I
helmet.
saw it like somewhere else.
So there's another helmet in the Arnett.
Oh,
You already
okay.
know
Maybe,
Meccano's boy.
maybe.
There, see it,
All right,
boy. I can
that's-
do it. I
yeah.
can do it too. But yeah, no, there's another one.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool.
Then
yeah.
that's what I saw. I was like,
Yeah. No, we
fucking
got
Monty's
it.
dad sell that
Oh
smoker?
hell no, that thing ain't leaving nowhere. As heavy as it is, it ain't going nowhere. Believe me.
It takes a bunch of people. to carry
Lupe, you
that
got any
motherfucker.
shout outs,
Yeah.
brother?
Shout out to my wife, my kids,
Oh, yeah.
putting up with my ass, and these guys right here. I love y'all, man.
Oh yeah, love you too, Pop.
All the boys, everybody that's in our group chat.
For sure,
and
man.
you
Yeah.
too, man, for
Yeah.
putting up with me for all those years.
Not
Yeah.
getting gas money.
Yeah.
No one's keeping count.
That,
I
quit
think that's a
fighting that
pension
KFC,
plan, bro.
motherfuckers.
I think that's a pension plan, Luke. When I retire, we'll hit you up.
I could have paid for you to go to
Hey, you
fucking- on a
remember?
trip or
You
something.
remember? You remember?
I'm gonna need my $11 a week, Luke.
Yeah. But keep doing your shit, brother. We love you,
Yeah,
man.
for
Man,
sure,
I appreciate
doggy.
that, man.
For real.
It really feels fucking good to know that people you fuck with you.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of times you put forth effort into a bunch of shit that even your closest friends don't care about, you know? So to feel validated by you guys, it's all the fucking credit in the world, and I appreciate that.
Oh yeah,
For real, man.
Sure.
Oh,
Bokey.
one thing. Go Rangers. Fuck the Astros.
What's funny is, like, I just said it before we started recording, but I mean, Houston don't even got power, and then it's a slap in the face to see Astros fucking stadium all lit up. Like,
No electricity.
yeah, like these motherfuckers.
They got their priorities straight.
We only care about one thing.
And you know they're not on a generator.
Oh, hell
motherfuckers.
no.
David, you got any fucking shout outs, bro?
I do, man. I just say I'll give props and shout out to you, Eric, Ramos, Garza, Mad Genius. If you don't know,
Yeah, hell yeah.
that's my cousin. So, shit, I ain't seen him in a while. Cause we keep in touch, man. We need to
sure.
catch up for sure. I will say the gold that we have in our, I say gold because it's not. There's no monetary. There's no monetary value on the friendships and the circle that we have. So, I say it's gold because the friendships, the circles, the friends that support us, it's gold, man. So, excuse me. And then for sure, I'll tell you this, that of course my family, right? Christina, she's the most loyal person that
Yes.
ever been in my life. Justice, my oldest, and then Faith, my daughter, she's God bless her. She's just like me, and man, boy, she's gonna be a wrecking to deal with, man. And not only me, man, everybody she comes and deal with, and then Luke, and then man, just thank everybody that's in my circle. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for you guys that are supporting me. So,
Fuck yeah, dude.
Hell
I
yeah.
mean, I hit it home every time. You are who you're with.
Yeah.
I tell
for
my
sure,
boy that
man.
all the time. I let it be known. Like, it's like someone says, man, when you're around a bunch of motherfuckers that know about ice cream, you're going to know about ice cream.
Exactly.
oh yeah, for sure.
So,
Man.
yeah, man. Shout out you guys, man. This is one of the most funnest podcasts I've had in a while.
Hell yeah, dude.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate
And shout out the whole John Eric Media.
Yep.
Deep Dive every Monday. Pendejos every Friday. These guys are putting out some shit that we value. It's great content.
Yep.
Check it out. And shout out my sponsors, man. DJ Kipo and Patriot Painting Construction and Tigre Burrito. You guys, we talked off the break how y'all wouldn't have tried Tigre Burrito had y'all not known who it was.
Yeah, for real.
But, man, that's great fucking people, man.
Oh, yeah.
I can't shout out them enough. And I just want to continue to shout out great people, even though they're not sponsors, but they're friends of the show.
Yeah.
Fucking Jimenez, like a motherfucker, man,
yeah.
and Bubba and Bree. Both them places are great friends of the show. I love them,
Yep.
and I wish them the most success to the fullest. And my main shout out, man, is my wife. Y'all guys came up here and chopped it up with her, and it was like y'all were friends with her y'all's whole life too, man.
Great people.
I love that lady. She's my best friend, and shout out to her. But until next time,
Let
guys.
me tell you something else. Take more shots. Not many more books. We'll deal with tomorrow when we get there.
Oh, I love
All
that.
right, here we go. Take some shots.